Hello, everyone. Hope everybody had a great day. I know that it was busy with a bunch of different streams that were going on today. Had to mute my phone. Oh, hi, Jamie. What's up, Ryan? Well, that sounds cool. You know where I'll be, right here. For a while, anyways. I couldn't even tell you the last time I'd watched any music awards. Hey, Steven, how's it going? You know what I feel like I've already done this once today. And of course, Shane's still not feeling good, so hopefully he'll feel better in the morning. I hope anyway. I don't like seeing anybody sick. Hi Janet, how you doing? Yeah, me too, Ryan. I talked to him earlier. Probably a little bit before dinner time, and he still was feeling the greatest. So how was everybody's Sunday? Oh, you're at work, Janet? Well, at least it keeps you busy. I mean, I know that's not always a fun thing to keep us busy working, but myself, I'd much rather be working. Hey, Brutal Bob. How you feeling now, Brutal Bob? Still? I'm sorry, Brutal Bob. I kind of feel like that myself right now. Hiya, squirrel. How's it going? Did you do any more fishing today? I'm gonna have to call my doctor, my primary doctor, Wednesday if I don't hear anything about my lab results, because I really think my thyroid count is off. Well, that stinks, squirrel. Did you bring your magnet with you? Oh, so let me tell you about mine and Jamie's adventure today. We go out back to Dad's ground blind, and we took measurements because George is going to get us some wood so we can actually put solid sides on instead of using branches, pine boughs, or whatever. So the creek is really low, so we could actually get across. So we decided to take a walk. And I couldn't even tell you how many piles of bear shit that we saw today. I mean, within a close range. And Jamie even talked to Mom, or took a picture and showed it to Mom, and Mom's like, "Yep, that's bear shit." Do not go out there without some sort of shotgun or something, because where the first pile was actually not that far from where Dad's ground vine is. Yeah, I hear you, Squirrel. Probably not a good idea with what's in the bottom of it. Because I know here, well, here depends on which part of the river you go to. Because there's some shallow spots that you'd be fine, but not the deeper spots. Too much concrete down there. But yeah, so that made for an interesting walk. And what made it even more interesting is we heard something crashing through the woods. Couldn't see nothing. I'm assuming it was a deer, but not being able to see it. And with the ground being so dry, it's not like you're going to see tracks either. Deer, probably, but bear, no. So I guess I know what else I'll be hunting for this hunting season. Mr. Bear. I mean, I don't think it's like a huge bear, but still probably a good sized bear. From the scat and stuff. So Mom had a fit that we didn't know. Oh, okay, Squirrel. So yeah, definitely don't want to throw your magnet down there. So that makes it a little nerve-wracking seeing all that back there. And I think I've seen it pretty close out here to the house too. I know Jamie was saying that she did, but we're just gonna have to keep an eye on stuff. Yeah, I still want to try out magnet fishing. I'd probably still go to the river, but I'd go to the section where you ain't gotta, even if, happen to get stuck by chance, you can still walk out and get it because it's not super deep. I mean, it's deep, but not like 12 foot. Trying to figure out where a couple easy accessible places to go magnet fishing would be. Yeah, sections of it. Okay. Oh, all right. I mean, our river's got a little bit of current, especially if you're like swimming in it. Plus, I got to check out Dad's metal detector. because I'd still like to take that out in sections of our creek and here where the Christmas trees were. You want me to ask Mom? Well, yeah. Yeah, certain parts of cause see, we have locks in our river that's here, so there's a lot of sections of the now in between the locks and that area away from them is alright. Cause I actually hung out on a buoy one time. But yeah, if you get close to the locks where the concrete walls are, because they have like seats you can sit on, and it's all concrete. There's a big undertow. But I mean, if you're in the sections, but you know, away from the locks, then there's a little current, but it isn't too bad. Like you can swim it. But we're riding jet skis, and a friend of mine, every time, you know, we go swinging around, you know, like making a loop, he'd dump me off. You know, and then it's not easy really to pull yourself up on the style that they had. They didn't have like a big flat deck on the back. So I'm like, you know what, just leave me here at the buoy and pick me up when you're done. But let me tell you, that is an eerie thing, sitting there hanging on me. But it was better than getting dumped off every three seconds. Kept telling him to let me drive because I wouldn't be throwing him off. He's like, no, I'm driving. Whatever. I'm gonna keep dumping us. Or throwing me off. I forgot, George came up with a good idea about walking across the beaver dam. Just tie a rope on the one side, so when you're walking across, you got something to hang on to. You know, like to the right of it or to the left of it. Hi, Ashley. Alright. The one rock that I like to go fishing at, you cross over, walk across the lock, and there's a big grassy area. And over here is kind of where they raise the water, the arms up to stop the water. They lower it down so it flows over. But I like fishing on the other side of that. Probably, I don't know, 30 yards or so. Because I've caught some big fish over there. And I caught one of those sheepshead that almost pulled me in the river by the lock. That was a scary thing. Actually, to be honest, I'm exhausted, and whatever's going on with my body is getting annoying. Oh, shit. Can you grab my, so, I forgot about it. The only reason I didn't set it over here is because you know darn well the cats are going to run away with it. I'm probably just going to have to go in the mom's because I messaged her. So yeah, definitely with getting the lumber from George is definitely going to make the ground blind a lot better. Thank you, Ashley. Hugs back to you. I mean, I'm not sure exactly what the urologist is going to do. It's my very first time seeing one, so I don't know how much to expect. I mean, sometimes they do a lot, sometimes they don't. I'm going to do my best to try to get them to do something, because whatever's going on is making me feel sick. As soon as I know something, Brutal Bob, I'll definitely let you know. I'll text you. But like I said, with the first initial visit, I don't know what they do and don't do. But the place I'm going, all they do is urology there. That's it. I know I wanted to do a lot more fishing than we did this year, but it is what it is. Always next year, the way I look at it. The heck is that? Mine, I'm doing it. I know, that's what I was looking at Backlash. I'm like, what the heck is all that? Like, I'm not uncovering that. But it's all good. And sending prayers your way, Janet, that everything works out, or goes well, I should say. How you doing, Backlash? And I take it the puppy giving you a run for it tonight. think so, Bob. I think so. I think he's letting the puppy type for him. Oh wow, Backlash. Sorry to hear that. Neither are fun to deal with. Did you go to a urologist, Backlash? Oh wow. Yeah, sometimes the pain pills have an opposite effect on me. Like sometimes they'll knock me out, sometimes they almost make me hyper. Well, I'm assuming it's a big stone if you've had it for that long. This is one stone. Okay. It's not even can be up to be literally at 23. said yes. Well, normally if the stones are too big, you have to go get them blasted out. Especially, if they're just sitting on there. And working harder is not necessarily going to help. Okay, Brother Bob. I'll be here for a while.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
If anybody likes to come up, trying to figure out why this other song will not upload into StreamYard. I know I'm just normally a little bit more talkative. Like I said, I'm trying to figure out why these small files of music will not upload into the stream. Yeah, that's really what it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I had cranberry juice in it, so I went on and it won't work.
You make her give up your stuff.
What's up, Fat Ninja? How's it going? Well, it's way too quiet because Shade's not in here. Around. I don't know, there's a bunch of stuff going on right now. Shane's sick. I get to go to the doctor's tomorrow. But I'm glad things are good with you. Later. If it wasn't such a far walk, I almost thought about going out and sitting by Dad's ground blind and bringing our dogs and having a campfire. There's way too tall weeds. Plus, I ain't walking that far. And we haven't got Rummy used to being on the four-wheeler. You can go like a foot and then he jumps off. But if you're riding around, then he's trying to bite at the tires. So, and with the grass as tall as it is, I worry about, ticks and horse flies, and don't really have to worry about snakes. Well, what was thinking outside?
No, she was just in the water.
Oh,
Flung water all over my foot.
sure, come on up. Normally I can too at the truck stop, but kind of in a funk. I keep checking Shane's community page because I don't even know if he's gonna, with the way he's feeling earlier, I don't even know if he's gonna be able to do the morning show. But I haven't seen anything yet. How's it going?
Hey, like I said, busy as always, but um, I always have time for people that's in duress or, whatever. So, you said that you were in a funk, so I am here. So, what you need to talk about?
Oh, it's just, getting close to the time where I'm gonna have to put my old lady dog down. So it's been emotional since Friday.
Yeah,
But
I feel you
yeah,
on that one. It's always, especially when it's a slow death, it's even tougher because you don't want that person or your animal to suffer.
you
But
know,
you don't want to let go either, but you know that the time is coming, and they, it it's tough. It's tough. We all
yes,
have to
yes.
go through that. Yeah.
Well, her and I are pretty well in tune. Like I have PTSD, so she's
Hmm.
been my emotional support um baby until since she was 5 months old.
Yeah.
So I think that stresses me out, knowing that that's gonna trigger kind of like a meltdown with that side of me, and that's that's not an easy thing for me to um, deal with. But I'm trying not to think about that part and just listen to what she says. I mean, it's to the point where we have to give her a bolus, and um, my daughter hasn't seen her in a while, so I told her to make sure that she gets out here to see her
Yeah.
because I'm not going to wait much longer. And it's getting to she's slowing down more. She's got stage 4 kidney disease.
Oh my goodness.
The vet doesn't think that, she's in super pain because they checked her abdomen and stuff like that. So,
Right.
I mean, she's still got a little pep in her step, but it's getting more where she just wants to sleep and sleeping sounder to, that's not normal for her. She's
Yeah.
not that heavy of a sleeper. So, welcome back, Bruta Bob. And then
Yeah.
with being sick now, gets his internet back, and then he's sick. So I made him take a test, which that came back negative.
Hmm.
He was having symptoms of that. So I was I mean, I know he doesn't go anywhere, but I told him you don't need to. Other people on your go places.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. It's so easy to catch that. It just takes somebody sneezing in the air, somebody walks through it,
Yep.
you you catch it that way. Somebody touches something, you touch it, or somebody comes out to your place, happens to knock on the door, grab the handle, come in, boom, you get it that way. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
It's tough. I definitely feel you on your pet because after I had my stroke, that's when we got Buttercup, and she was basically my support animal. Like she knew, like the first time she had seen me, she hadn't seen me in like almost a month, and they finally okayed it for her to come up to the hospital with my wife and son, and she almost knocked me out of my wheelchair when she seen me. And
mm,
yeah, and she was licking my arm and snuggling against my right leg because that was the part that was affected.
yeah.
And yeah, she's been by me the whole time. I mean, I couldn't get rid of her if I wanted to. She'd always find her way back. Yeah. So
And that's
yeah.
how they are, you know. Like if you
Mhm.
don't feel good, they're right there by you. You know, if they don't feel good, you're there. You get in tune with, you know, what they're feeling, and you
Mhm.
know they're in tune with you as to how you feel.
Yep.
Like if she knows I'm upset, she won't get 2 inches away from me. In the same way, when my pain is through the roof, she won't.
Yeah.
So that's the hard part for me.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, support animals, they give you more love and attention than humans do sometimes. Because at least with them, you can definitely trust them 100% because they
Yeah,
always love you unconditionally.
yeah. I mean, I got a good support network as far as, you know, my mom and my girlfriend and then my cousins and all you guys on here.
Yeah.
But because I almost wasn't going to come live, and I'm like, you know what? I need a distraction, and this is what I do. So,
Yeah. 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 Definitely feel you on that one. Our lives are so complex. People say that life is simple. Well, if you don't balance, juggle all these things, of course, the life it's simple, but normal life isn't that way. You got job, you got school, kids, being married, what have you.
yeah,
And having your support animal is a big, huge part of that. Cause I mean, it was one time when Buttercup was sick, and she just needed to rest. And
yeah,
I woke up from a nap, and I was like, Butter, 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 and I kept calling her, and she wouldn't move. I lost my shit. I mean, I'm not, I'm a
yeah,
grown ass man, and I lost it. So I got up as fast as I can. I crip I crip walked over there to so I shook her, and she woke up like looking at me like, what? I was trying to sleep. I was like, girl, don't scare me like that.
yeah, exactly.
So then for like the rest of the evening, she wouldn't go to sleep. When like normally when it's her time to go to sleep is the kids go to bed, and everything else, everything settles down. She'll normally lay down and go to sleep. She just sat there like, I'm not gonna scare you like that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Like I said, they get so in tune with us, you know what especially when they're there, like emotionally.
Hmm.
You know, it's a super connection that, you know, not to
Oh yeah.
sound like a jerk, but sometimes it's hard to find that type of connection with the person.
Oh, you're
And
not being a jerk at all. You're just speaking facts. You're speaking your truth.
but
I mean,
good girl.
I mean, if anybody was to ever say the racist word, like label me a racist, I'd be like, yeah, I hate dumb people. So I just don't like stupid people, and and a pet fills that void. I don't care what anybody says. A pet is just as valuable as a human, and period.
Yeah, they're
Because
family to me. They ain't just a, you know, a dog or a cat. They're family. They're our kids.
right, yes, yes,
In their eyes, we're their whole entire world. You know, that's why I don't understand. I mean, granted, I've had to surrender a dog before because I couldn't take care of it anymore. I was not in a position where I had a stable. It just happened that I wasn't able to do it anymore. So
yeah,
that was super hard on me because my animals are my kids. But rather than let her suffer, I let her go with somebody else. And I mean, she had an awesome life, and I still got to see her. She actually went with my aunt, but I was not
mm,
home. I couldn't take
right,
her and baby in the truck with me because it's just too much on me.
hmm,
But she had a good life with my aunt. I mean, my aunt took amazing care of her. But
right,
I was also losing my place to live, so then I was going to be living in my truck, which I basically did anyways.
Mhm.
So with baby, I mean, when she was at her highest weight, she only weighed 8 pounds because
Mhm.
she's a turkey, and so it's a lot easier for me to carry her in and out of the truck than like a 40-pound dog.
Yeah. Hello, Wayne. What's going on, brother? What's up, man? How you doing, sir? Ryan,
What's
what's going on,
going,
Ryan?
Wayne? But no, I'm hoping Shane feels better because when I talked to him earlier, he did not look well at all.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm hoping he's sleeping and not up fiddling around on YouTube.
I don't know Shang that well, but a good guess, he probably is.
Yeah, he does. I'm guilty of the same thing. I mean, I could be up here for 5 hours and I'll still go and lay down in bed and listen to somebody else's live.
Mhm. Brutal Bob says, Ninja, I was a Leo. I was in Leo for 28 years and was called a racist once. I told the person no when I put the uniform on. I hate everyone equally. Yeah, yeah. It don't. Yeah, you know what? When you speak your truth or you speak the truth, people don't know how to handle it. They well, for one, people that are racist like that, their minds are so narrow they
Hmm.
can't they can't walk and chew bubble gum at the same time. So what you did, you made them walk and you took their bubble gum so they didn't know how to think. And and that's the most coolest thing is to get somebody that you know is a full blown racist and just get them to the point to where they have nothing to say because they always got something to say, but that one moment when you take
Hmm.
that away from them, that's when they realize, yep, I'm an idiot, but you know what? I'm still gonna be that idiot, but that person just told me about myself and I don't like it.
I mean, for the most, I like everybody. Unless you give me a reason not to, then I don't see colors. I don't. We're all equal in my book.
Right.
But there's one biggest thing I have a hard time with is arrogance.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
And
one thing that it's like. I mean, I can be arrogant at times, but when I've dealt in the driving field, granted, yes, there's a lot of women truck drivers, but and it's bad because it's the older generation that's kind of looking down at the women drivers,
hmm
and that's where I have a hard problem when I was driving because they just look at it and yeah, woman in truck, woman belongs home. They have, like you said, they're narrow minded,
yep, yep.
and I'm like, look, I never said nothing to you. You want to look a certain way, that's on you. But
Yeah,
I'm no different than you. I get up and put my shoes on the same way you put yours on in the morning.
yep,
So,
yep. Oh, wow, Brutal Bob. The follower, he was a follower. Well, that's the problem. Anybody that follows Louis Farrakhan, they're automatically narrow-minded already because they can't think for themselves. God made us to question everything. We are inherently inquisitive creatures because he didn't want us to be robots. He didn't want us to be just automatons that would just say, "Okay, this is what I got to do every day." But when you have these peoples with these, I hate to use the word cult, but these organizations, I'll say that they spit all this rhetoric and stuff like that at you and this clouds your mind, and that's what they all do. They all do the exact same thing. You might also call them all con artists, to be honest. And they want to spit all that rhetoric at you and get you all confused, so then they can start picking you apart. Say, okay, I got him. Okay, now what can I make him do? What can I make her do? How much money can I get from that person? That person? what can I get them to do that I don't need to do? Stuff like that. And we need to just not be woke as how these stupid tail kids are these days that can't think for themselves. I'm talking about being woke in the simple fact that you use your own brain, you do your research, because newsflash everybody, there's something called Google
Yeah.
that you can just search up stuff. If you're not sure about something, don't believe the first person you hear or see on YouTube. Do your research, do it yourself. Hey, what's up, Dan B? What's up, brother?
What's up,
Uh,
Dan? How's it
you
going?
know, just do it. Do it yourself. Use your own brain. Don't be a mindless sheep being led to the slaughter and you don't even know it. Be that sheep that's like, oh damn, hold on, this is not for me right now. Let me go ahead and go over here and look or
Mhm.
try something else. And yeah,
Like I keep saying, we need to go back to the 80s.
but hey, I'm all down for that because I was born in '75, so I grew up through all the '80s, and man, that was a great time. It was a
I was
great
born in
time.
'78, so yeah, I loved growing up in the '80s. Good evening, Judy May.
Hey, Judy, man, what's up? How you doing? Yep, yep. I'll take the '80s and '90s over all this modern day crap that we got. I'll take it in a heartbeat. Take it in a heartbeat because in neighborhoods we knew our neighbors. We knew everybody. So like
Mhm.
you could play 4 or 5 blocks away from your house. You never had to worry about nothing because if you got in trouble, there was somebody right there to help you. Or when you got in trouble, unfortunately, your parents knew it before you even got home because
Mhm.
everybody had everybody's numbers and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And so not only would you get told off by the person that caught you, then you get your ass whipped when you got home.
yes.
So, but yeah,
Yeah.
you don't have that this day. I mean, I got a neighbor that I've lived next to for about 2.5 years now. I only know his name, not even his last name, just his first name. That's it. He don't talk to me. I don't talk to him because I try to talk to this guy. Try to say, hey, I'm new here, just try to get to know people. He was like, okay, and then turn around, and walked off. I was like, okay, well, he's got to be a person I'm definitely going to avoid. 'Cause I try to get to know everybody. I want to know
Mhm.
everybody from every race, creed, uh, because knowledge is what keeps me going. And there were so many times, and I think I've said this before during saying my story. I felt like checking out after I had my stroke and I was laying in that hospital bed by myself. I felt like checking out. I wanted to go to sleep and not wake up anymore. But I knew I had my wife and my kid to live for. And then plus I wanted to get to know, like, okay, how do these people with these ailments or conditions function? How do they get over what is, putting them at a disadvantage? And all that together, plus my faith, it stopped me from checking out. And, I'm a living testament, and that's why I'm always willing to share my story. I'm always willing to just put it all out there because whatever you're going through, because I was on Nitro Freaks stream earlier today, and he said, don't matter what you think you got going on that's so bad in your life, there's 50 million people with stuff going on that's 5 times as worse as you.
Yep.
So you shouldn't be having a pity party every time something goes wrong. Brutal Bob says, I was born in 51. Y'all wet behind the ears. You know what, Bob? Hey, I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that because you know what? I'm still learning. I'm still learning. I'm 48 years old. I'm just now learning how to be a decent father and a decent husband, because I didn't have any role models to teach me that when I was growing up. All my uncles were alcoholics and drug addicts. So I didn't have that. So I had to just learn on the fly. And the people that I did run into, they all had bad ulterior motives. So, it took a long time, but you know what? I'm here now. I can share my story and hopefully inspire people to not to do better, just to just think about what they're doing, and then just ask yourself one question: Can I be better? And then if you say yes, well then start doing that stuff to be better. Yeah, yes, exactly, Judy. May not knowledge is power. When you obtain the right knowledge, you can accomplish whatever you want. You can be whatever you want. You can be a leader. You can be a great support person. You can be whatever you want. You know,
Yeah,
I am a leader. I do lead, but I have the humbleness to know when to be a support person. You know, when somebody else is leading, you don't need two leaders. You need one leader and then a whole bunch of people that will are willing to support that person if they're a decent person. And that's what I pride myself on. Uh, Wayne, I'm thankful you are my friend. You know what, dude? That means so much to me because in this age of technology, it is so hard to find people that will actually openly admit that. You know what I'm saying? So, big ups to you, man. Because like people have this preconceived notion, oh, well, you're a minister, you're supposed to say that. You don't have to say that. You just do what you do, and if people follow you, they follow you. But it takes a decent person to say, hey, look, you know what? I consider you a friend, and I consider you a friend too, Wayne. So it goes both ways. We're both part of this great community. We got Shane, we got Tasha, and all the people that follow them, and Nitro freaking all them. You know what? Individually we can't do anything like worldwide, but together we can make changes as long as we stick together, circle the wagons.
that's
When when somebody's down, somebody's not feeling well, we circle the wagons. you know I mean, I was watching somebody's live stream and I'm like, I popped on Tasha's, I'm like, oh man, she ain't looking good, something's wrong. And I'm like, okay, cool. Let me get on here and see if I can help out. And that's what people do. That's what leaders do. That's what support people do. They don't think about themselves because they know when they help somebody and not expect anything in return, that's the best reward that you could ever have.
yep.
And yeah, I'm proud to be part of this community. You know,
Oh my.
um, what's up, AR? What's up, bro?
Hi, Kevin. What's up, Elliot? How's it going?
Yep. What's up, Kevin? Yeah, so I'm just happy to be part of this community and like me telling my story and being honest with people. Hopefully it will inspire people and it's like don't think that everybody's a bad person. I mean, granted, about 95 of the world is 95% of the world is full of bad people, but
Yeah.
there's still that small little percentage that are still decent people, and they're scattered and they're hard to find, but hopefully with us being positive and trying to inspire people and lead people the right way, hopefully we can find those people and draw them in, and hopefully they'll be willing to say, okay, you know what, these some good people, let me go kick it with them and see what they about.
Like I was telling Rich this morning, I don't edit for a reason because I want people to see me for me, whether I misspeak or whether
Yes.
I'm being goofy or whether I'm being serious. I don't want to
Right.
cut anything out because to me, that's not the authentic me. So, I mean, granted, I know a lot of people, kudos to them, to everyone who spends hours on editing. I'm just me, you know. I don't want it to be, I don't know, I guess scripted in a sense almost.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sometimes people are scripted. Like, okay, camera's on. Like, smile, do like that. But it's like, no, I don't do editing for that reason. What you just said. Plus, I'm just too damn lazy. I just
Well,
don't want
that's
to
part
do it.
of it too, but I mean, the whole thing is to me, I enjoy now I enjoy doing lives. Now took me a long time to even get up on somebody's panel, and the first panel I got up was Steve and Backwoods Misfit,
Hmm.
and I was up on his panel for quite a while, and then it just happened like months after that. Shane was live at night, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna shut it down." And I said, "Well, fine. If you're gonna shut it down, I'll go live." And ever since then, I've been doing the lives.
Hmm.
And then I try to, do his show when he's not feeling good, even though it's still over here. But I still try to use. I can't remember all the days. Like I remember Sunday and Monday, and
Hmm.
certain days. But I was reading
Bob.
about.
Oh my goodness, Bob, you trip, man, you trip.
Well,
That's
I
why I
try
love it
not
here.
always to be serious. I mean,
Hmm.
I have that serious look on my face all the time to where I get a text message that says, "Why don't you smile?" What do I need to smile for?
Right, right. No, being real, cause I'm real. Like what you see on camera here is what I am in real life. I on paper I am an ordained minister, but um I became disenfranchised when I was a young boy. Like I saw all this people that were supposed to be holier than thou. They were worse than the people on the street. At least the people on the street, you knew what they were about. But you had these people in the church that I grew up in, and I admired all these people. And then seeing all the dastardly stuff that they was doing, I became disenfranchised. So
Mm,
I, I got out into the world and not having, God in front of me and behind me on the side, leading me where I needed to go. So I did a lot of stupid stuff. But coming full circle after everything that happened to me, it's that saying, God never goes away. God is
Hey,
always
brother,
there.
how you doing, man?
Hey, what's going on, Wayne? Thanks for showing up,
one,
bro. What's up?
You're an ordained minister, man.
Yes. Yep.
I'm an old time preacher. I'm not ordained though.
Yeah.
I got a
But
worship channel.
right. But now the thing about what that is, because like when I was a kid, I was supposed to be prepped to, I was supposed to be groomed to be the next pastor of my godfather's church. And when I saw all this stuff was going on, I was like, you know what, you can keep that crap. I'm not even with it. So so I did my thing, and then like I said, coming back full circle, I realized that it wasn't that my godfather was grooming me to do what I needed to do. It was God, and he was always there. He was just like, hey, whenever you're
Hmm.
ready, I'm here. I ain't going nowhere. And I knew that. I was just being, rebellious because I was young and dumb and, the other word. But, finally, when you have that come to Jesus moment, it's normally when people are ready to die or whatever.
Yeah.
You normally have that come to Jesus moment. And when, I was clinically dead for 2 minutes and then I came back, I was like, okay, yep, I gotta stop doing this. This is ridiculous. I'm wasting my life. I'm killing my marriage. I'm destroying the relationship with my son. I gotta do something. Hello, Kettle. What's going on,
Tony,
Not
I
man?
much.
don't know where you get your information about me being sweet and innocent.
Yeah,
Because
I was born again
those
for
two
that.
words do
38
not
years.
belong in the same sentence when you're describing me.
Tasha's just Tasha.
Yeah.
There's no good Tasha. There's no bad Tasha. Tasha is just Tasha. Tasha is like a like Thanos. Because Thanos says Thanos is. That means Thanos is just a constant. It's just gonna be there regardless of what you do. He gonna be there. And that's what Tasha is.
Yeah. I was born again for
I am
38
on.
years. So I've been saved a long time. So and God called me to preach on that channel, so I'm doing it now.
Yeah, yeah, and see, everybody has to find their. I don't want to say niche, but you need to find what your calling is. And my calling is different than other people. So like my calling is getting on all these channels and just being upfront and honest and just not leading the way, but just showing people, hey, look, there are still some decent people left in this world.
Mhm.
And that's my crusade. I mean, every day I do this. Not, like if you don't see me on somebody's live, I'm talking to somebody on the phone who's in crisis. I'm talking to somebody on Discord who's in crisis.
Mhm.
I'm comforting my wife when she's in crisis. I'm always doing something. I'm always doing God's work, and
Yeah.
it's not even work. It's just stuff that I like to do, and he put that in me. So, yes, it is spiritually and mentally exhausting, but God always gives you what you need when you need it to push forward. So, like whatever anybody's going through right now, I don't care if it's financial trouble, spiritual trouble, emotional trouble. As long as you got that little kernel of faith, you're gonna be all right. And you got all of us here. That's why we do this stuff. I've said this before. Not only do you viewers come and see us for some escapism to get away from the real world and all the bull crap that goes on, we do this too because for one, we need that escapism too. You
Yep.
know, our streams are as good as the people on it. Because anybody can be a talking head, but who do you bring to the party every time you go live? That's the important thing. Who do you bring? Do you bring that positivity or do you bring the negativity? That's the important thing.
Yeah. Now, on the spiritual thing, I used to go to church every single Sunday from the time that I was a kid. And right up until probably I was 16.
Hmm.
And that kind of opened my eyes to what was actually going on in the church.
Hmm.
And our church was a divided church. You had one family sitting on this side from the front to the back, and then one family on this side in the front, and then everybody else behind them.
Hmm.
And it was never like any type of togetherness. We were basically just bodies in a pew,
Yep.
and I couldn't do it anymore.
Yep.
You know, I told my grandma, I said, I'll go with you on, communion and holidays to do, that type of celebration, but I can't sit there
Hmm.
because to me, anywhere you are that you want to worship as a church, whether you're sitting out in a field, by yourself, it doesn't matter. You don't have to physically be in a church.
Right.
That's my
Exactly.
personal thing.
No, no, I totally believe the same way, and I do. Uh, Miss Judy May, yes, you are definitely correct. We are all preordained when we're born because we are all God's gifts and God's children. But it's up to us whether we embrace that gift or not. Yeah, so you are definitely right. We all have a special calling. We have to be willing to find it, and once we find it, we need to embrace it. So yes, Miss Judy May, you are definitely correct on that one.
When I'm on my worship channel, funny things happen. I'm on there preaching the word of God, right? And I feel His presence with me. And then my camera's flickering on my channel. And it's funny that when see people come in my channel and they look outside the channel, and I'm preaching something that's very strong. They I think that they're under conviction because they run away out of my channel. They take off.
Yep.
They run. They bolt.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Nobody likes that conviction because they know that the spirit is speaking straight to them. Hey, look, you're screwing up. You need to do better. And it's like,
Yeah,
and then they run away.
yeah, they do.
Yep. Brutal Bob, I do not fish, but I am fat. I like to eat fish. So, hey, any extra fish that you want to send my way, bro, I'd be more than happy to take it off your hands.
You're funny.
I'm gonna say fish isn't fattening, so it's like one of the best things you can eat.
Well, You
what you
take
bring with
butter.
you.
You take
Yeah.
butter. um, although I do come from a long line of fishermen in my family, I had tons of uncles that used to fish. They took me out on the boats, but it was just like, nah, not for me. I'm just gonna stay over here on the shore, or stay at the house, and I'll wait till you bring the fish, clean it, and then my mom and my aunts fix it all up, and I'll eat it. So I'll just do that for you. We all got jobs to do. That was
Yeah.
my job, and I took it seriously.
That's how I felt when I was growing up about being in the kitchen with my mother. I'd rather be outside laying under the car with my dad, getting all greasy and oil dripping off. Right,
Hmm.
I can still cook really good,
Hmm.
but I didn't want nothing to do with being in the kitchen when I was a teenager. Now, when I was little, yes, but when I was a teenager,
Hmm.
I wanted outside. I wanted to go work on boat motors with my dad or go out squirrel hunting or whatever. I
Right.
didn't want to be in the kitchen.
Okay, Bro Bob. Jimmy Houston. I will I will his I'll check his channel out. Shut up, Google. Okay. Yep. Google Google always talks like when I don't want it to,
Yeah,
but
but I'm
like when
glad. I'm glad I met you and I seen you up in the panel because you are one of my good friends, and I always treat family members like I don't care. I told you on my chin, you heard me, right? And I
yeah,
said, I don't care what color skin you are, I don't care where you come from, your family. And I meant that. I really
right.
strongly meant that with my heart. And I like Tasha's channel too. I think she does a great job on her channel. We all do a good thing in our community, and we do a great job.
Yeah.
It's it's important. You know, it's important to be genuine and true to people. Don't play games with people and say one thing and turn around and say another. Like the kind of person I'm talking about. They're not true to people when they say it. I am though, and you are too. And I know that for a fact. You
Right.
know,
Exactly. Because like when you have when you have that discernment, I mean, I'm not even going to talk about spiritual discernment. When you can just feel the energy from somebody, like when you open yourself up to feel that, you will feel that, and you will be drawn to those people.
hmm
So as long as you have that, you'll always get led to the right people. Granted, you might have to weave through some dead bushes and some crap
I
to
like how
to
you word your words.
I'm trying to be as nice as possible because if I was like on my own channel, I'd probably say some different, more colorful words.
As
But
I say, it's a truck stop for a reason. So I
I know, I
18.
know,
So
I know. But see how I was raised, like whenever you in somebody's house, you respect them and you
oh,
you
I
speak
know.
appropriately. So that's why I do it. But yeah, like once you weave through all that crap, and find a good person, it's like, okay, yeah, I got scuffed up a little bit. I got some poop on me, but I'm good now because I'm connected with this cool person or group of people. So it makes it all worth it. But you just have to remember it's not the ending of the journey, it's the
Right.
journey itself. That's the most
I was
important
on
thing.
YouTube for 2013, and I went through all the ins and outs of that. I know what
Hmm.
it is like, so I'm not a
Right.
stranger to that. So, I'll be back in a minute. I gotta
All
put my
right.
web back on my.
All right, Wayne.
I'll
Okay.
be back in a minute.
All right. Miss Judy May, Fat Ninja, let me ask you a question. What's your opinion of messing with spirits? Um, just like anything, there are good and bad spirits. If you are trying to bring one forth, normally that's not a good thing. If a spirit comes to you naturally, for one, it's probably somebody, decent in your life that either has something to say to you or they're trying to watch over you like a guard, how they say, guardian angel. So, I mean, messing with spirits, it's a good or a bad thing. If you welcome good spirits in, you'll normally have them all around you. But if you do some bad stuff or you are a person that gives off bad energy, you will start attracting those type of spirits, and you don't want that. So it's just best try to be as best as a person as possible. so you don't have to deal with that that negative aspect. Because I've been around very good spirits, like pure holy spirits, and I've been around some just straight up dread, nasty spirits that will literally make you feel ill when you stand next to them or when you're in the same vicinity. Like you will physically feel ill, or your head will hurt, or you'll feel depressed when you wasn't even depressed at that moment. So having that spiritual discernment definitely helps. So, and you just got to try to stay away from those people that harbor, they gather with those evil spirits. And I'm definitely glad I got Wayne here that can correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not no scholar. I just go by my life experiences, whatever
You're
has
doing
happened to
fine.
me.
You're doing
Okay,
fine.
okay,
Don't
cool.
worry about it.
I'm glad.
Don't worry.
Whew.
You're doing just fine, brother.
Judy May, thank you for asking that question. I don't mess with any spirits. I don't see any reason to open that door, but I believe in guardian angels. Yeah, yeah.
I do have a
Um,
spiritual gift, I chase away dead people. I do.
mhm.
That was proven. Ask Tasha when I did the Shane, his house.
He was having, I don't even know, he was having some issues now. You remember that grass? This woman, kind of like a medicine woman or gypsy or something, had given him a braid of, it should have been sage, but it wasn't, and told him, don't let anybody else touch this. It's not good. Well, I'm pretty sure that it attached something to it, like
Mhm.
something bad, because literally everything he touched was breaking. The lawnmower, the weed whacker blew up. Uh,
Wow.
However long ago his axle broke on his backhoe that's stuck down in the woods because he can't get it out.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
like everything. And then Wayne um did his thing. Lawnmower is working now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Things haven't been feeling bad in his house anymore.
I told him to take that thing and throw it away and get rid of that.
Yeah,
Remember, Tasha? I said, to get
I
rid of
told
that
him
thing.
to take it
Evil.
far away.
It was
Yeah.
evil, that thing he was playing with.
Oh yeah, yeah. Nine times out of ten, it sounded like it could have been a gypsy, but more than likely it was like a hedge wizard. And what that is basically somebody that believes that they can cast spells and all that other stuff. And
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
don't mess around with that crap.
No, we
So
don't.
yeah, so that's probably what it was. AR guns, if it's the Holy Spirit is real, yeah, yeah. Like if you have that spiritual discernment, you'll definitely know when a positive spirit is around you, and also when a
Mhm.
negative spirit is around you. So yeah, as long as you have that, you have nothing to worry about, because he will let you know, hey, look, this is something that I'm sending to you. Be sure that you grab onto it, or it's like, hey, I didn't send that. That wasn't me. You need to stay away from it. So
That gift I got is from the Lord. That's why I got it for the bad, for the good, not for the bad.
yes,
And
sir.
that's
Yes,
why
sir.
it's helping people out. What is that on the bottom of my toolbar here? What's this
Yeah.
one?
Jamie, a bunch of people think I'm crazy. Well, I mean, I am. I have papers to prove it, but that's beside. But I will not go in a cemetery at night. And this happened to me when I was a young kid, and we were at vacation Bible school, and we were playing hide and seek. And where are you gonna hide at a church in a cemetery? All
Yeah.
I could hear was whispers. Everybody that I walked by, like the stones, I could hear whispers. And the ones that got me up, I can't make out what they're saying, but I can hear them.
Hmm.
But the ones that like crushed me was hearing kids, like
Right.
like whispers of little kids. And
Hmm.
I will not. I won't go in the cemetery at nighttime. I go in during the day. I still might hear, a couple whispers here and there, but it's not nearly as bad at night. It's like they're all basically congregated there. And so it kind of like freaks me out in a sense. So I just kind of, I don't go. Well, I should go because my dad is in one, and I lost him when I was 7,
Hmm.
but I just have a hard time for that reason. And not just that, my uncle is buried next to my father, and he was a really bad dude.
Mm.
So when I'm
Oh,
sitting there, I was sitting next to my dad's stone, and I talk to him all the time,
right.
you know. Um, but I hear that, and
Mm.
he was a bad person, and when I hear that part of it, it's hard for me to sit there and have a conversation with my father because I keep hearing that.
Yeah, that bad spiritual energy. Yeah, it's so close. Yeah, and like some people are, let me say, exceptionally sensitive to spirits, and I like to call what you are to me. I like to call like a catalyst. And basically, what that is, it starts the energy to flow. It may be dormant or at a very low level, but when you come around, you're so spiritually in tune. Like you say with your pet. See, most of the times, people with survival animals or support animals, they are especially attuned because they've opened themselves up to love a pet like a human being. Because, like, let's face it, humans think most animals are just animals. They are less than. But special people like us, we look past that. Like, okay, well, it's a little furry creature with 4 legs instead of two, but it's still my daughter, it's still my brother, it's still a good friend. So you become a catalyst for those spirits to start to converge on you, and unfortunately, your uncle's right next to your dad, so it's like that's going to cause problems.
It makes it hard. It really does. And the even worst part of that is my great grandfather, who is on the other side of that cemetery, is
Hmm.
just as bad a person as, and that
Your
was his
uncle.
kid.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, geez.
Oh wow, so you got a double whammy going
Oh
on over
yeah,
there.
no matter which side I'm on, like my great grandmother's over there, and I mean, granted, we all get mean when we get old and ornery,
Yeah.
but can't have a conversation with her
Hmm.
because they're like this.
Right.
And so this is our way and like trying to hear her, so to speak. I can't do it because
Hmm.
that side of it is just so loud and overtaking, and it just gives me, as they say, the heebie-jeebies, basically.
Yeah. Well, Wayne, we got to order like a 55-gallon drum of holy water. Get on that, sir. That's the whole
Oh,
area. That's the whole area.
make all the dead mad if you do that. Don't want to mess with the dead. I don't go in cemeteries because I don't think it's my business to bother them. So I
Well,
don't
just
go in
like
there.
the one night with Wayne, I don't know what we were doing or talking about, and I kept telling him there is a freaking orb going by your head.
I know that. I could have told you what that was about, but I couldn't discuss it. What it was about. It was about somebody that someone was mad at, and it wasn't me mad at anybody. It was one of my protectors were mad at one of the YouTubers, and that's why you seen that. So I couldn't discuss what that was about because I don't want to. Believe me, I don't want to go into that area because it sounds
In there, but it
ridiculous.
was still distracting. And
No,
um,
I know.
the dog
I
that I gave to my aunt, she also spent some time with my ex best friend. When I worked on the one, he could not figure out why she would run into her crate and shake like half out of her skin, like bad.
Hmm.
And I told him, I said, take pictures. Take
hmm.
pictures everywhere that she's looking. If she's walking through and she looks, take a picture. And so he started taking pictures and he showed them to me, and his house was full of orbs. And they weren't like they weren't like a light white color. They were dark,
Mm.
like really dark. And I said that's why she's flipping out.
Oh yeah, yeah. When when
They
when
were
you see those,
everywhere in his house.
yeah, yeah. When you see those physical manifestations of evil spirits, yeah. I mean, they do have, of course, the dark color, and they make you feel uneasy, queasy to the stomach, whatever like that. So yeah, unfortunately, people. I mean, I don't believe like in the how the spirit chasers go in the house and they're looking for spirits and all that. It's got to happen organically. It's not going to happen on camera. It's not going to happen with a script, somebody in the back writing out the script for that episode. If it happens,
Yeah.
it happens. So, but I do believe that, spirits that are good or evil do gather in houses because a lot of times, somebody died in the house either, peacefully or violently, and sometimes their spirit because they feel like there's something that's not done yet. So like when you have a guardian angel spirit, they stay there because they feel like they need to protect you or something that they didn't do or something that they needed to say to you before they passed. So they try to stay there to get your attention to do or say what they gotta say and then move on. And then but the evil spirits are the exact same way. If they die violently, they're mad because of how they died. They probably got murdered or whatever. So they're mad. And that's like, what, anybody else comes in this house, I want to make them feel what I feel. And that's why you get the evil spirits attached to houses. Judy May says, "Oh boy, now this is a loaded question. I've been asked this question a lot of times. Another question: Are there any unforgivable sins?" I'm gonna wait till Wayne gets back, but if you look in the Bible, there's two, and I unfortunately I don't remember what they are, but being who I am and what I've done to people, and the grace and love that God has still given me after all that crap that I've done, I believe that you can always come back. Now, I can speak that from my truth, but if you go with the Bible, what it says, and I need to remember that because I get asked this question quite often, but hopefully Wayne will know it. But I just know that I've done some very bad things. I mean, once again I'll throw myself under the bus. When I was 21 years old, I was having unprotected sex with a girl that was 14, whose grandfather was a active Klan member. Didn't even care. Didn't didn't appear in my head that Ninja, you're doing something really really stupid and really illegal. You can not only get yourself in trouble, but your whole entire family in trouble. I didn't care because I was just in the world doing my thing. I was using this girl. She had a little job and she would give me her whole entire check. She was like, "Well, just as long as you give me a pack of cigarettes and a candy bar, I'm good." Yeah, and my sorry ass, I that's what I did. I took her whole entire check. She gave it to me. She signed it over to me so I could cash it. And I gave her her pop, cigarettes, whatever she wanted, and then I just blew the rest because I was making enough money to pay my bills. That money she gave me, hey, that was buying games and whatever else that I wanted to buy. So, like I said, I've done some very despicable things. But now at this day, I actually counsel that girl who's grown up and got three kids of her own, but the loving kindness that my family showed her, that brought her back, and I was able to apologize for everything that I did to her. And like I said, I'm a grown ass man. I'm 48 years old. When I apologized to her on the phone, I broke down in tears because I knew finally, coming full circle, I knew what I did wrong. And that was the first time I had a chance to talk to her on the phone and apologize. So once again, that's why I'm a living testament. You can come back from anything as long as you have God's will and grace.
That's right. So you did the right thing by straightening that out. And God said, if you he forgives you of what you do, and he don't remember your past because you're doing better today.
Right.
So that's not held against you. So you can
Right.
relax, brother. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. Wayne, what? Ah, he walked away again.
I'm here.
That's why
Yeah.
it popped up on the screen.
Okay, yeah. I would like some help tackling this one. So I've answered this question before, but I want to see, what's your take on it too. Are there any unforgivable sins?
Depends on what sins you think is unforgivable. Sins are all forgivable,
Yeah.
except if you blaspheme the Holy Spirit, that's unforgivable.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
the only one that's unforgivable. But every other sins are forgiven because of Christ dying on the cross and he raising from the dead in the third day. He took up all the pain that we could not bear ourselves. So you
Mm-hmm.
can imagine what Christ did on the cross. He took up all the horrible things that he went to pay for our sins on the cross. If we had to pay God what our sins are worth, we would be in trouble.
Right.
If you think
Yeah.
about it, how God is great, gracious, and merciful, and compassionate and forgiving by sending His Son on the cross. Think
Right.
about that. Your
Right.
sins are not what you do wrong in your past is all over. It's done. You don't have
Right.
to think back to it anymore. God doesn't want to remember it either. You know what you're doing. You know what you did wrong. God knows that you straightened it out. You're not going to be held against accountable when you go up there. So don't worry. You said you're an ordained minister too, so He knows that your heart has changed you, and He knows all about you. So I wouldn't worry about it. So
Oh, no, no, I don't worry about it. Judy May was just asking a question.
yeah, I know, but I
Um,
answered your question, right?
yeah, yeah. I do believe that there are, like you said, blaspheming, the Holy Spirit. That is something that you just don't do flat out. I don't care
No,
how mad you are or
no,
whatever. You just don't do that. But like, um, a lot of people will ask me, is like, well, is murder unforgivable? If the person that it
no.
happened to,
It isn't unforgivable because when one of the guys on the cross, the two guys on the cross that were
yep,
nailed to the cross with
yep,
Jesus,
yep, the
they
two
weren't
thieves,
no
yep,
innocent people either.
hmm
And look at Paul. Let's put Paul in the picture. Paul the apostle. Remember him?
hmm
He murdered a lot of Christians. Remember?
yep.
What did
He was,
God do for him? He changed him. He made him a preacher.
yep, he
What's that tell
transformed
you?
him.
He
Yep,
forgave him.
yep, he
See what I'm
transformed him.
saying? So that's what
Right.
I'm talking about. He forgave Paul what he did, and he changed him.
Yep.
So that answers your question. That's the question you want to ask. Paul's the example.
Right. Yeah, because wasn't he called the butcher before he got transformed? I think he was just called the butcher or something like that. Like I said, I'm not a Bible
He
scholar.
was a persecutor. That's what he was, a
Oh, okay,
persecutor
okay,
of the way.
prosecutor. Yeah.
He was
But
persecuting the Christians that were trying to save people.
right.
But when
Yeah.
God blinded him and changed him, he had a different perspective of what was not right and what was wrong and what was right.
Right.
So he
Absolutely.
forgave him. So
Yeah.
you got
So
the answer, Julie May. So
hopefully,
I'm
Miss
not going
Judy
to compare
May,
him in the
that
compare.
okay. So hopefully, Miss Judy May, that answered your question. As far as I'm concerned, any sin besides blaspheming the Holy Spirit is forgivable. And like I said, I mean, I've never murdered nobody, but I mean, like, I took full advantage over a basically a child and used her for nefarious means. And I mean, what made it so bad? I was taking that money that she was giving me, talking to other girls, taking them out on dates with her money. You know what I'm saying? So like, if God can bring you back from stuff like that to be I'm not gonna say that I'm a shining example. I'm just gonna say that I am an example that God can bring you back from the depths of whatever you're going through. However far you think you've fallen, God arm and hand, is long enough to grab you and pick you back up. So like whatever.
Exactly.
What's that, Wayne? So yeah, I think you can just come back from anything. I mean, I've I've done some people dirty. I've disrespected my mom so many times when she was alive, and to this day, I feel like crap when I think about it. It's like, man, dude, you didn't have to say all that, man. But I know God's forgiven me because He's given me the strength to go on even when I feel like I have no strength. I feel like when I'm so tired, I can't talk to anybody about anything. Somebody's in crisis, God give me the energy that I need. Um, Bills are tight, God provides enough to get us through until our payday. And He's done that for years. And so many people ignore it because they want to focus on the negative, like, man, how come I don't have enough effing money and stuff like this? Well, it's like you may not have enough for what you want, but God gives you what you need. And that's going to be that should be sufficient, but people are so greedy. We are inherently greedy people. That's just how we are. We want this, and then we want this, and then we want that, and then if we can't get it by earning it, now if you see somebody with that, now all of a sudden you have thoughts, what can I do to get that from that person? Lie, cheat, and steal to get it from somebody. And that's not right. That's where we got to separate ourselves because we fail daily, and we have to sacrifice ourselves daily. We have to take account for all the bad crap that we do, take account of it, and be responsible for it. But now when you're young, dumb, and full of, the other word, you're
Mm-hmm.
not you're not doing that. You just like, hey, I don't care what anybody says. I'm doing what I want. But now when you get in trouble, once again, you come to that Jesus moment, come to God moment. It's just like, no,
Mhm.
don't quit doing that. Quit being stupid. You see what you're doing is dumb. Just stop doing it. So
Mhm.
I don't know.
But God change touches the heart when you sin so much and you cannot cope with it anymore. You break down, and God uses that when He sees you breaking down. He lets you screw up all this time, let you mess
Yep.
up, and
Yep.
all of a sudden He has advantage to say, "All right, I got this kid, and I'm going to straighten this little portion out after
Yep.
all the dumb shit he did." But I
Yep.
have the chance to say, "I got you,
Yep.
and I'm going to make you out of what I want you out of."
Yep.
And when I'm done with
Absolutely.
you, you're not going to be the same anymore. So
Absolutely.
the sin's
Absolutely.
gone. You don't remember your past. He only wants to remember the future.
Yeah, Miss Judy May says, yes, I agree. The older that I get, the more I appreciate waking up and being able to put my feet firmly on the floor. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
ma'am, absolutely. And
Yep.
she goes on to say, when I was younger, I didn't think about them things. I was worried about getting high and running around cheating. Yeah, yeah, we all went through that rebellious stage. Some more than others. But Brutal Bob says, Ninja, I disagree. I live below my means and I want nothing from anyone else. But see, you are a rare breed though. See, so I mean, it's your opinion that you disagree,
I'm not
but
just.
but normally, whenever somebody they feel like they have less than and then they see somebody else with more than them, naturally, and most people, not all, most people, they want to either obtain what they got, and if they can't obtain it by normal means, then it's by hook or by crook or other nefarious means. So big ups to you, bro, because you are a rare breed. Because believe me, when I was younger, I was not that rare breed. If I saw somebody that had something that I wanted, the first thing I was thinking about is like, how can I screw them over to get it because I didn't want to have to work for it. I'm just being honest. But now it's like, okay, well, if I want something bad enough, I work for it or save up money for it, do things hashtag the right way, you
Mhm.
know. So it's just all about that, that growing and maturing process.
My grand always told me, and this with our pastor, is that if you're truly sorry for something that you did and you ask for forgiveness and you honestly am asking for forgiveness, then you will be forgiven. But now, if you just ask for forgiveness and then you keep going out and doing the same thing over and over and over and over, then obviously you're not going to be forgiven. That's even my pastor explained it that way. You have to be, honest within yourself when you're asking for forgiveness. Hiya, Skipper.
Now, you want to hear a little story that you won't believe? One little story I want to tell. You want to hear it? What I got to tell you?
Well,
Go for
obviously we do.
All right, I
it.
went
Right,
to a
right.
church. I went to a church. This is no lie, and this is still going on today. And I went to a church, and I met this minister. All right, and this guy is a little twisted in the brain or something. He thinks he can have two mates instead of one. Isn't that ridiculous? And he's still doing it, and he's still not thinking it's wrong. Now, what do you think about a minister like that?
Somebody definitely that I don't want to follow.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
God
I don't want.
struck the roof of the church, and the church roof was burning. You know what he said? Oh, because I didn't put a lightning rod on the church. I said, get real. I said, and then he tried to do some wicked things to me, trying to get someone to hit the van head on with me in it.
Oh
And I
wow.
said, you're a guy, you're sick. I mean, I'm never gonna ever deal with you again. I said, God will deal with you, but I don't have to deal with you. So
Right,
he'll deal with you. And I
right.
never went back to the church ever again. Never
Yeah,
went.
yeah,
I didn't like the guy. He gave me a real weird vibe. You know what I mean? Like he
yeah.
was really evil.
Right. Oh yeah. Oh, hey, hey. Shoot, some of the most evil people reside in the pulpit. I mean, that's just facts. I mean,
Mm,
there's no way to dispute that. I mean, yeah, you do got your, good, decent, practitioners that go there, and you do have some good pastors and ministers, stuff like that, deacons or whatnot. But oh boy, flip side of the coin.
he admitted it too. He said that other one was his girlfriend and he has a wife. He said, it's my girlfriend. Stay away from her. I said, what are you talking about? I said, that's wrong.
Hi,
That's
Mm-mm.
Mom.
totally wrong. You're not David the king and have many wives.
Right,
Polygamy is against the law. Sorry,
right,
that's what I wanted to let you. I'll let you know. That's all I'm going to tell you. Just to see your reaction.
Well, my
right.
my pastor that I had growing up, Pastor Sears, his name was. Mom knows him just as good as I do. But he made everything fun, like learning the Bible and singing, and no matter what we were doing, even during vacation Bible school, he was out there playing kickball with us, and he'd play hide and seek with us. And he wasn't just this one monotone person who just stands up there like this and just reads and reads without looking up.
Right.
He made it fun, and his emphasis on stuff that he was reading, you know, made it fun. So it didn't feel like something that's pushed. And all the pastors that have been there, except the one that's there now, was just that. They just pushed it. It was one solid tone the whole hour and a half, and it put me to sleep, to be honest, because there is no like emphasis on what he was talking about, and it didn't even look like he was enjoying talking about it to begin
Mm,
with. But Pastor Sears made everything we did fun, and
right.
him and his wife were awesome. And he still every once in a while will come back and he'll preach at our church.
Mm,
Every so often he'll come in and he'll do a sermon and stuff like that. But the pastor that's there now, Pastor Brett, I mean, he's really cool. Him and I have had a bunch of deep conversations, and I really like him. He's not that one monotone person, but how can you sit there and pay attention when it's just one tone?
It's the
And he's
guy.
not
It's
looking
it's a
up.
it's the guy from the Dry Eyes commercial.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
dry eyes.
Now, the church where I grew up on, now this is the church I grew up on. We had this minister, and I got saved. This guy was like a brother to me, and the church did not like him liking his congregation like a family, so they told him to leave. That's ridiculous. And I said,
What?
why the heck were you always too young? I said, you people are old. You don't even know what God is leading him to do, and you're throwing
Right.
them out. He even told me they got rid of me because they thought I was too young to lead the congregation. And I was blown away. I said, "What?" And I couldn't believe it. He went
I
to the
know.
nursing homes. Me and him, we sang to the old people. We did things for God, and they didn't want no part of it. Now he ain't in the ministry anymore. He gave it all up, and who knows what he's doing now?
That's a shame. That
It's
is
a
a
sad thing.
downright shame. Yeah, it is. It's a shame. Mother Hen says, "Me too. We were taught to work for what you need and thank the Lord about His blood." Yes, yes. And I mean, don't get it twisted. I was raised like that too, but I became disenfranchised. See, that's the thing that don't look at just one side of me. I became disenfranchised and I started thinking this way. I was raised up the right way. It was just as I got to be a little older, I started seeing and stuff because believe me, I was all about drinking the Kool-Aid, like, working hard, having a good work ethic, always helping out people when they needed help without even expecting anything in return. All that stuff, getting up, going to work when you're sick, all that stuff. But as I got older, that's when the me being disenfranchised, I was like, man, this is not even cool. I'm trying to be the best that I can. So how come this person here who's supposed to be leading the church, he's supposed to be a beacon that I can look to. I can't even look at him without saying like, wow, why am I even here? So yeah, it's just that's how come I have varying different views on religion because I've seen both sides, drinking the full spiritual Kool-Aid and then seeing the dark underbelly.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that I have my faith just in God Himself, not what the other people were doing and saying and stuff like that. It's like, you follow me, I'll lead the way. That's what God is always saying. Follow me, I'll lead the way. So I started to just focus on Him because, like, that other story you said, Wayne, that hit me too because I had to break myself down. Like, the place that I'm at now, I was up north in northern Indiana, and I was in a bad way. I was having evil thoughts, a lot of just
Oh,
bad
yeah.
stuff going through my head. So I had to get away from all that. So luckily, a friend of mine that lives in southern Indiana, where I'm at now, I was like, bro, look, I need some help. I need a place to be at. And he was like, when do you need me to be there? I said, dude, ASAP. 3 days later, he was up here with his van, packed all my stuff in there, and then boom, I'm down here in southern Indiana. And the second night that I was there, Wayne, I had that breakdown moment. I literally sobbed for 3 hours straight. That was him helping me purge all that evil stuff, all those evil
Yeah.
thoughts and stuff out of me so he could start building me back up. And like I felt weak. And God's like, no, you're strong. I'm going to build you back up. Here's how I'm going to do it. And he built me back up. So now all the stuff that I've been through, it's just made me who I am for this
Yeah.
moment right here to be that testament. So people's like, wow, he went through all that and he still got a positive attitude and whatnot. That's why
Remember
I'm
that verse in the
that's why I'm
Bible?
here.
I can do anything through Christ who gives me strength.
Yes. Hmm. Absolutely. And yeah, so I'm always thankful about everything that I have, like
Mhm.
this community that I'm a part of. I mean, who could ask for anything else more? You got a bunch of people from various walks of life, various cultures, various
But you're gonna meet,
races.
yeah, but you're gonna meet some opposite people that are
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I've
different
met
from that.
I've met I've met my share. Believe me,
Oh my gosh, you really have to be very
I
prayerful
definitely.
for them because a lot of people on YouTube are really mad and bad. Need pray for. They need to seek to Christ as their Savior and change their lives for the better. Because we're in a world that there's evil and there's good. You know what I mean? They're both sides.
Right,
And that's why
exactly.
Christ died for them because He loves everybody. God loves the sinner, remember, but hates the sin.
Yep, yep. And just like what Brutal Bob is saying, Ninja, yeah, turn on the TV and you will see any number of scumbag pastors.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah, I mean they're everywhere. They're
Now,
like
let me tell
roaches.
you another story. Want to hear another story? This is going to be a funny thing. You want to laugh at this. This minister, I don't know, I think he was in Rhode Island, right? He had this church. Now, this is the stupidest thing I ever heard a guy do, and this is the stupidest thing. He built this church, right? He's a respectable guy, and they got him now. He's in jail. He had this computer, right? And these people in the church, he was doing the preaching and all that, right? One day they caught him doing child porn on his computer. A pastor of a big
Oh,
church doing that,
oh,
and they caught him dead stop right in his tracks. And
mm-mm.
and they put his butt in jail. Oh man, was he a mess? They took the computers, they had all the evidence. They did him in good.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, is that a shame? And that
yeah,
guy was respectable in the community. And his sin, when he was hiding, he got caught.
yeah.
You know why? You cannot hide in a room and hide the other side of yourself, because if you do something in secret, what God say? It's going to be brought out in the open.
Yep, yep. Whatever is done in darkness will come to
And
light.
I was shocked about when I heard about him. I was saying, my God, he was an older guy, but he was doing it for years. No one knew about it until one day he got caught. He got nailed. And I was saying, what in the tarnish is this guy thinking?
Don't make no sense.
But no.
Brutal Bob. He said, "Don't get me started on TV pastors, especially Joel Osteen." I'm with you. I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. Like I had one person come up to me and it's like, "Man, have you ever heard of Joel Osteen?" I'm like, "Yeah." Is he the greatest? No. And they were shocked. Like they like almost all their breath left out of their body. Like I punched them in the stomach with a no in their chest with a sledgehammer or something. And it's like, well, why would you say something like that? Do your research. You'll find out. And I had forgot about the conversation. Well, a couple of months later, I ended up bumping into this person again, and he's like, "Man, I'm so glad I talked to you." I'm like, "About what?" 'Cause I had totally forgot this person. And it's like, about Joel Osteen. I'm like, oh, yeah. And then, yeah, he started. I said, do your research. Don't believe what everybody's telling you. You got to look at the stuff yourself. Don't do
There's
that.
another character in the Bible we want to talk about. Moses, right? Now, here's Moses. He was close to the Lord, right? When
Yep.
God was appearing to him in the burning bush, he was saying, oh, he was making excuses to the Lord. The Lord was getting mad at him. I can't talk. I'm stuttering my words. I can't talk in front of people. I'm scared, so many
Hmm.
words. And God said, just tell who I am, And he said, oh, and then he sent Aaron, and Aaron was not that great either by making that idol and getting Israel to sin. That was a mess. That guy was,
Right.
yeah,
Miss Judy May. Tasha, did you ever think about we being at a truck stop talking about God? Hey, God will pop up in the most craziest places. What do they say in the Bible, Wayne? When two or three are gathered in my name, I
yeah,
shall appear.
yeah.
There he is.
Go to my worship channel. Check me out
Yeah,
over there, Judy May.
yeah,
You want to hear some preaching? Come over
yeah.
my channel. Subscribe to it. You'll hear a lot. You won't believe you'll believe it, but it'll be very powerful.
And Judy May, I have had a lot of deep conversations with other drivers about the Lord. And I've also been to the one place I used to pick up in Boston and pick up all the recycled cardboard and stuff. I walked up one day and she's like, looks like having a good day. And I'm like, well, to be honest, I'm not. And she's like, you're Christian, right? I said, yes. I said, I was baptized a Christian. And I stood there talking to her for like an hour. And she was talking to me about the Bible and different parts of the Bible and all different things. So, truck, a lot of drivers talk about it. I've sat down and
Yeah.
had coffee with other drivers, and some of them older drivers, that were raised in a little bit, different era. So listening to how they felt about certain things, you know, it opens your eyes to see what how they look at it, or what their interpretation is.
Yeah, Miss Judy May, Tasha and Fat Ninja. Don't get me wrong. I go to bed praying to God. I wake up and I'm still praying to God. He is my Lord and Savior. I am very blessed. Yes, of course. I,
Good.
I mean, just for the simple fact that you opened your eyes this morning. Because guess what? There's millions of people that didn't. So yeah, we're all blessed when we draw that breath of life every day. That's a blessing. We open our eyes, are able to get out of bed. That's a blessing. Even the hardships that we go through, as long as we in a firm believer of God, we pull through those. That's a blessing. Everything's a blessing, but people they just always want to focus on how negative everything is. Like, oh man, I ain't got enough money, I ain't got this, I ain't got that. Quit focusing on what you don't have. Focus on what you do have.
Hmm.
That's the most important thing. And she says, I'm a very firm believer in what you reap, you will sow. Eventually, it might not happen right away, but eventually, it will
Right.
come to roost.
Yeah. But I died more than once. I'll let you know that. I died maybe 3 times.
Hmm.
Once in baptism, really died and was floating on the water. The pastor flipped out. I died in 2009 for 5 minutes from a heart attack. I got back up. The Lord raised me back up. Um, and then I died again when I was in my bed sleeping, and I woke up so cold I felt like I was in the freezer. And the Lord brought me back again. So it tells you that God has if God does this for you, He has a purpose in life. He has a purpose for every one of us,
Yeah,
and we gotta, you know, be thankful what we get. We wake up every morning because of God allow us to live every day of our lives. So
yeah,
be thankful, Julie May, that we're still waking up every morning, that we're still
absolutely.
here.
Yeah, and she said God is always on time. Yeah, it may not be when we want him, but
Right.
he's always going to be on time. Right when we need him the most, that's when he's going to be
Mm-hmm.
on time. Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yep.
ma'am.
And another line that I'm a firm believer on is an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. That is one thing.
That's a death penalty. Did you know that?
I know what it means, Wayne, but
Oh,
I'm a firm believer in it.
just pretty smart, anyway. So
Not to be spiteful, but let me tell you, I would love to drive that Karma bus and just deliver it up close and personal to people, even though that's not my place. I
Hey, we
think
all
this
feel
is
that.
just because I would like to see the look on their face.
Yeah, hey, I I feel you. I feel you. Believe
well,
me.
you now have to bring up food. I'm hungry. She says. Right.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
Well,
hey, I
don't
feel
forget
you,
about
Tasha.
the food, Judy May.
I feel you, Tasha. Believe me, I want to get behind that karma bus from time to time myself. But then I have to pull myself back. It's like, you know what? It's on God's time. It's on God. I gotta beat that into my head until I get. It's okay. I'm gonna step away from the
Well,
karma
let me
bus.
tell you one
I
story.
know, but there's like times that it's like really that close
Oh
to be
yeah.
like, you know what? I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about, and I'm like, you know what? Worth my effort. So I just like, you'll get yours when it's time to get yours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very true, Jeffrey. Very true.
All right,
Oh
here's
yeah.
another story. Right. You know why things don't bother me? I'll tell you why. Revelation 20:12. Look at that verse.
Um. Yeah. So like with me, I've had my share of people, that hated on me and stuff. Some were even my own family members. Up until I got my spiritual head out of my ass, I called myself religiously confused because I was raised up Southern Baptist. So when you know all about that, that's that hardcore stuff. But
Hmm.
but my grade school from kindergarten to sixth grade, it was a Catholic school. So I was thoroughly confused, and that confusion followed me all the way through, early adulthood and up until several years ago.
Mhm.
But so since I got my head straight, so it's like it's not even about what you consider yourself as, just as long as you walk with the God.
Let me
Labels
ask
really
you
do.
a question.
What's that?
Do you know what Revelation 20:12 I'm talking about?
I just
Like I said, I'm not a scholar, so
I'll
I'd have
tell
to
you.
look it up.
I just
Okay.
Here's
looked
what
it
it
up.
is. Here's what it is. If you now, if someone does something to you, right, and they really, really treat you like crap, all right,
Yeah.
you think of what that Revelation 20:12 is about, and I'll tell you what that's about. It says in heaven there's going to be two books, one for the Christian, one for the born again, and one for the unsaved. So if
Mm,
someone's out there doing rotten stuff to people and they're not in the book of life, what do you think God's going to do to them? He's going to take care of the problems. It's not
right.
us. We leave it
Right.
to him, and he takes care of it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why you don't have to worry about what goes on in life. God's going to take care of it. He
Yep.
has a time and a place he's going to deal with it.
Yeah. And I totally agree with that. But we are human.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm
So
saying if people keep doing evil things to people and not straightening up,
right.
they're going to get the worst of it. And that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah. No. No. I totally get what you're saying. We all try to be as good as possible, but it's just certain situations start to compound on top of each other. Then we get tweaked that wrong way, and
Oh, yeah, I know that.
hopefully our faith will bring us back,
Mhm.
center us. But it's tough, and I'm not gonna sit here and say that, oh yeah, I don't have any bad thoughts about getting revenge on people. I do, but I leave it up to God because
I don't anymore.
he will take care of it.
I
So
lay
then
it down
those
before him from now on. I don't
right,
think that way anymore.
right,
It's
um
not going to do you any good.
right,
You know?
you're right, you're right. But I'm just being real. That's
Hmm.
that's just what I am. I'm just real. So I have the thoughts, I pray on it, God takes it away from me. Or, you know, my faith is already so high, the thought comes in, gets shot right back out.
He
So
understands you, though. He's very compassionate towards you.
right.
Don't worry, he knows you. I'm just telling you, if you like YouTube, for instance, is a temptation in itself. They
Oh
got some
yeah.
bad people on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
But we got something that they don't have. You think about if you got God in your life, right, and they don't have Him. We know who's gonna fight our battles for. We don't have to fight with them,
Right. Right.
so we don't have to deal with it. We just say, hey, you can think what you want about me. I don't care.
Right.
Think what you want. I don't care. And they look at you and say, what's this guy about? I said, well, I got somebody you don't have. If you want to know
Right.
what I have, ask me. No,
Oh, did you get my email by the way, Wayne?
what email?
I sent it to your business email,
I don't know. What business email was that?
whatever's on your YouTube channel.
Let me look. When did you send it?
I believe I sent it earlier today.
Which one? I think this is a email I use. So I put it up my about page.
Hmm. What?
Where'd you get the email from?
Your regular YouTube um, page. It's
Okay.
the Comcast.net, I think it was.
I think this is it. I think. All right. See if I can find you here.
Well, basically what there was a certain person that I was seeing if I had to avoid. And I'm pretty
I
sure.
got it right here. I see it. Hold on.
Okay,
Load.
okay. So just give me a yes or no on that.
Yes. Very
definitely,
much.
definitely avoid. Okay, okay. All right,
Yes.
cool.
Most definitely. You
All
can
right.
ask that guy Nitro for your
Yeah.
show type.
Oh yeah. Well, I was on his live stream today, and we talked for. He threw down some more knowledge about people, YouTube and ninja accounts
Should have
and
been on his. You should have been on John Paul's the other night. You would have heard everything on that state That was some confrontation on his channel one day.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, was that awful?
What's up,
He
big
told
man?
why, and he told him, plain and simple.
Yeah. Yeah. I seen him in channels from time to time. I just like I knew about like okay, that's a person that you probably should watch out for. So,
Yeah.
but I haven't encountered him yet. So,
Hmm.
good advice. Stay away. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Because I was asking Nitro, like, is there kind of like some list somewhere about people to avoid? And he's like, no, but I can definitely tell you. So he said, he'll try to set some time aside, and we
Oh,
have
he'll
a
talk to you. He's a good guy. He'll talk to you.
oh yeah,
I
yeah.
like him.
I mean, I got on his live stream, and dude, like it was like a 4 hour stream. I mean,
Well, he's a nice guy. He's really a good friend of mine on YouTube too. He's a
yeah.
really nice guy. You'll like him when you sit and talk with him.
Oh yeah.
He's out front and open to you.
Oh
I
yeah.
like
Yeah.
him for that.
I got mad respect for Nitro Freak. Mad respect.
He's a good guy. I like him too. He's really respectful of everybody. So, if you want to come over my stream sometime, you can. And you've been over my channel before.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, I'm just so busy most of the time. I try to
Oh,
at
I know.
least like,
You look like a busy guy too. I can just look at
yeah.
you. Think you're busy, busy. Yeah, but keep doing what you're doing. You'll be all right.
Yeah. Yeah. Miss Judy May says, Ninja, you just have to treat everyone the same until they disrespect you. And that's what I try to do. I
Mhm.
go by that, treat others like you want to be treated. Well,
Yep.
I'm a person that wants to be respected, not admired, but just respected. I just want to I want to walk into a room and don't feel like I'm
So,
being looked at like I'm less than because I'm just as equal as anybody else. And that's all I ask. That's
yeah.
all. I'm not a demanding person. I just want to be treated with respect and treated, decently. So yeah, yeah, I definitely subscribe to that, Miss Judy May.
I have a website story, too. It's right on the front page of the YouTube channel.
Well, you know how I like my emojis, Brother Bob. What's up, big man?
Hey, big man.
Big man in the building. Welcome to the Christian truck stop. Oh man, you can get a hamburger and a glass of holy oil for $5 even.
Yeah. But hey, I like variety of topics.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
I don't follow a script, like I said. Sometimes we talk about bullets and this and knives and
right.
my nightbot being derogatory with throwing white lizards at people.
Well, Judy, man, I'm glad I can make you laugh this evening. I've done my job. Yeah, I just try to be cool with
But like
everybody. Trust
somebody
me.
was laughing. And like I said, I almost, because I'm not gonna lie, I was crying for like an hour and I almost wasn't going to, and then I'm like, I got to, so here we are. And I feel better.
Well,
I
that's
mean, it's
good.
still not gonna make me feel better when I have to do that, but as of my emotions right now, I feel better.
What's a microphone for? You want to sing, Judy May? Need a microphone?
Brutal Bob says, Ninja, I treated everyone the way that I want to be treated until I'm disrespected. Yeah, now when I was younger, a younger, not so fat ninja, I I was that way too. I treated everybody how I wanted to be treated, but man, the first second I got disrespected, the gloves came off and the claws came out. So
Ooh,
I get that, but yeah, I'm not that way no more. I just want to be cool with everybody. And if somebody's got a problem with me, it's like, look, you ain't got to talk to me. I ain't got to talk to you. Let's just keep it moving.
right.
So
She's thinking of that
me laugh. So
That one program would drop the mic.
We made her laugh so hard that she jumped up.
Mimicking each other.
Well, hopefully the mic isn't damaged. Oh
Probably
man.
depends on how hard we dropped it.
Right. Johnny Small Pepper gave you a thumbs up. Have a good
What's up,
night.
Johnny? Have a
Thank you,
great
Johnny.
night.
Thank you, Johnny.
And if
talking
you
about a
drink one of
microphone.
those tomatoey drinks, drink one. Whether it's tonight or tomorrow or the next day, just have one for me.
Ninja.
What's that?
A microphone.
Oh, okay. Wayne with the props, y'all. Wayne with the props.
This is a real mic. I use this for sing with.
Yeah. Cool.
Very little now though, but headphones and the whole bit.
I told you
Yes.
I couldn't sing a tune if I brought it in a bucket.
Well, I like to call these situations divine appointments. Like you said, Tasha, you didn't feel like getting on, but something, drove you to, do a live anyway. And, I was sitting here at my computer, doing my thing, and I saw your face. I had it muted at first, but I saw your face. I'm like, oh shit, something's wrong. So I'm glad I was available to get on here, and then Wayne joined in. So I'm glad you're feeling better, and that was all God. God set that up.
Mhm.
That's why I call them divine appointments.
Mhm.
So I'm glad we were able to help.
Well, that's what I like about it because it doesn't matter how bad of a day, that you're having, you can always come in here and always
Right.
find something to laugh about and joke about and
Right.
take the seriousness off for a while.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess that's the reason why the way that I am, because in the spirit, especially with the spiritual work that me and Wayne do, there's a lot of stuff that gets put on us that would normally break a normal human being, but we're reinforced and galvanized by God to take those burdens, but then we give them off to Him. It's like, hey, look, this person gave this stuff to me. Now I'm gonna give it
Right.
to you. So
Mhm.
so that's how we're able to deal with all that spiritual weight that gets put on us. Um,
Mhm.
and I truly believe in that, because if I was to try to do this on my own, I wouldn't be able to deal with it.
Mhm.
I think that's why I also, when Shane can't do the morning lives, that's another reason why I do it, is
Right.
because everybody's looking forward to his morning show. Now, everybody knows I am not a morning person and I don't hide it. Like, I really don't. And the thing is, he literally gets up like 10 minutes before the live starts. So how can you have that much to talk about when your eyes are barely open? I can be up for hours and I still can't talk as go on like he does. And it just puzzles me because now when my kids were little, yeah, I was a morning person because I was up with them and we'd watch
Oh, me.
cartoons and snuggle and
Right.
stuff like that.
Not
But
me. I ain't no morning person.
I know.
No way am I. I hate
If I
getting
can
up.
sleep all day and be up all night, that's how my body is anyways.
Right.
But that's why I do it. And he's like, well, you don't have to do it. That's a lot on you doing lives twice a day. And I'm like, yeah. But you've done 100. Well, I can't remember. Is tomorrow going to be 125 or 126? But he's done it that many times. So it's become a norm
Right.
in everybody's day to get up. Like for me, it's 9:30, and get up on here and listen to Shane, or I listen to him on my phone. It's just part of my day. And then like when he can't do it, then it makes me sad. And then when I do it, it still feels awkward because he's not in there.
Yeah, yeah, I get you. I get you because I'm the same way. Like once I get used to a routine, it throws me all off when it because like when I forgot it was like what about 3 weeks ago or whatever. He didn't do a live, and I'm like, okay, what the hell am I going to do for the next like 2 hours? I mean,
Yeah.
like I got bad kids in my ear, and it's like, okay, that helps me stay distracted away from them while they run around tear up the dojo. I need that. And that's like I don't get it. It's like
Mhm. He's a
uh,
good guy. I mean, he cracks me up, and I like busting his ass, so he's a good sport at it, you know.
How about
And
that
yeah,
I always
song that
have.
you gave him?
And
There was a song that you pick on him with.
but I mean, we just have a lot of fun.
right, right.
I
You know,
mean, over all this, he's become one of my best friends. So
yeah,
that's a big part. And then I consider everybody in here just not a name. It's not just a channel.
right,
Like you
right,
said, we're a community. So to me, that makes us all family.
right. Yeah,
That's the way I look at it.
But when Shane's not here, you know he's missing.
I know.
You're so funny. When you two get together, you're so funny.
Well,
yeah. I mean,
you know,
they
yeah,
act like a married couple,
mhm.
and
Yeah.
that's what
Well,
makes it so funny.
he's always allergic to me because his nose runs every morning. And I'm like, well, I must be allergic to you at night because I want to rip my eyes out because they itch all the time. But he just cracks me up. He's probably listening if he's not sleeping.
Yeah, yeah,
He's probably laughing
but
too.
that's what makes it awesome for us because we see that chemistry on camera and we know it's genuine. Because like you can always tell when somebody's disingenuous. You can tell when somebody is scripting things. You know, like they have
Hmm.
like a teleprompter or a notepad or whatever. You can tell when it's disingenuous. But the banter that goes on between you you and Shane, it's just
Hmm.
hilarious because it's so organic. It's like you're, like I said, it's just like you're a married couple because that's how me and my wife would be if we were on camera at the exact same time. Well, she'd be probably using a lot more colorful language, but that's how we are. You know, we talk to each other like, babe, I'm hungry. Go fix me a sandwich. F you, go get it your go get your damn self.
Hmm. And it's funny because Crystal gets at him the same way I do, or maybe it's the same way she does, whatever which way it is, but she gets
Mm,
on him the same way. And when I play that one song, her and Grayson have it saved to their phone. So they will play it and they sing it to him. So then that
mm.
makes me laugh about it even harder.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Funny.
This is why organic channels are the best because you see the real people doing real things.
Yep.
Nothing's scripted. Nothing's paid for by this promoter that's like, okay, well you got to say this, this, and this. No, you say whatever you want, and it shines through. So I am truly blessed to be part of this community and all the other communities that are connected to this. Because I mean, I believe this was the second channel that I came across. I think. And yeah, every time y'all go live, I try my best to get on there. And if I can't get on the panel, at least I'm going to have the live open and listening in. So yeah, I'm truly blessed, to know all of you and everybody in the chat.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, Miss Judy May, Brutal Bob, all you guys and ladies, some that I've actually talked to and some that I have yet to talk to, but of course, that will come in time. And yeah, I'm just truly blessed to be part of this community. And thank you, Tasha, and thank you, Wayne, for
Yep.
being awesome people and welcoming
Mhm.
me in.
Yep.
Y'all don't look at me as this nerdy black guy. You look at me as Fat Ninja. You know, so
That's your name, but I don't. Is that why you call yourself that?
no, okay, I'll tell you the quick version of my name and how it came to be. Okay, my mom being elderly, see, my mom was quite older when she had me because she was told like forever that she was unable to have children. So she adopted
Oh,
my older brother, who was 10 years older than me. Well, 10 years later, hello, I pop up, and so she was like 40 some years old when she had me. So like by the time I became a teenager, she was like really up there, and
oh,
her hearing was starting to go and stuff like that. So I've always been a big guy, and wherever I walk, people hear me besides her. So I would sneak up on her, even though I wasn't trying to, and I would scare the crap out of her. And she said, "Boy, you sound like those men that's in those black pajamas." Black pajamas? What are you talking about? What a ninja? Yeah, yeah, those. And it stuck. It just stuck. So I've been a fat ninja ever since. Ever since I've been like 14 or 15. It just stuck.
that's funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a
So
cool story.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, that's the truth. That's how it stuck. I mean, I got a lot of other nicknames, but yeah, that's the main one that stuck because my mom gave it to me, and I simply put the DM after it because I had to because when I wanted to rebrand my Twitter account, the Fat Ninja had been taken because I had deactivated and lost access to my original Twitter account, so I had to do Fat Ninja DM. So then I just rebranded everything else, my YouTube channel and everything else, because I'm a dungeon master, for Dungeons and Dragons, Pathfinder, stuff like that. So that's where the DM got started, got added
Mhm.
onto it. So yep, I'm a fat guy that wears pajamas, black pajamas that sticks up on people.
I'm not going to tell you the nicknames that my mother gave me, and she would call me those so often that my grandmother told her if she doesn't stop, that's what I'm going to think my name is.
Right.
Even to this day, she's still not as often as when I was a little kid, but
Yeah.
I would embarrass my mother so bad. I was a little meanie, and to an extent, I still am. Because I tell Shane all the time, I said, my goal is to be the meanest person on YouTube. He's like, you're not mean. I'm like, well, I can be. But yeah, he's good evening, Tennessee Bushcrafter. How's it going?
Hey, what's
Well,
going on?
actually, good morning here.
Yeah. Good
Me
night,
and Bush.
Squirrel. Have a
And
good one, bro.
okay, would you simmer down?
That's funny though.
Yeah, hey, man, I can't make this stuff up.
I know
I
it's
got
funny though. It is. It's kind of hilarious. The story behind it is fantastic. And it's good that you have a story behind your name you're using.
yeah,
It's funny.
yeah.
You have a great sense of humor behind it too, so it makes it more worthwhile.
Right, yeah. I try to have as open a sense of humor as possible. I
Mhm.
don't have the stereotypical humor of a black man. Like somebody cracks a black joke, not like a racist one, but if it's in funny taste, I laugh at it because it's like, you know what? I think the exact same way. So
Yeah, I know. But I'll tell you what I feel about the word racist. I hate it. When I was growing up in school, this is a true story. When I read history books, I heard slavery. I hated that word. I hated that word with a passion. I said, why would the hell would they put those kind of people through that hell? They're treating those like that, and doing that to people. It's so hateful, you know.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah. Go ahead, Wayne. Go ahead.
and then you had these black pilots they had in the World War I, World War II. Our governments disowned them. They wouldn't recommend. They wouldn't say, "Oh, the black pilots saved our white pilots." They did. You
Yep.
know who I'm talking about, right?
Right.
They
Yeah.
did save our pilots from getting killed by the Nazis, and they wouldn't even recognize them until later on. It made me
Yep.
mad.
Yep. Yeah. And
And
then,
and we gotta
like,
go further back than that, Wayne, because when we came over here, did the same thing to the Indians.
yep,
Yeah, I know that.
yep,
But it was
yep.
So
sad, you
it,
know?
it stemmed from way other countries before it was even brought here.
Yeah, I know.
And
But sad.
and as you know, we had the not intention, but we're all capable of being that way if that's the way we want it to be.
Right. Yeah. And I've had to deal with racism my whole entire life. I mean, not just being a black man, but I mean, it started early for me. I was 6 years old. My first taste of racism was at 6 years old. In my neighborhood, it was predominantly black, but there was a white couple that moved literally right next door to us, and they had two children. One girl, the little girl name was Sunshine, and the son was Paul. And I was outside, and see, this is how colorblind I am. I'm outside playing with the Dukes of Hazzard car, the General Lee. I'm
Hmm.
playing with it. I don't care about it's got the rebel flag. It's supposed to stand for this. I didn't care. It was a toy I was playing with. I didn't care. So I'm doing my thing, playing with the car out in the rocks, doing boy stuff. And Paul, the son, comes out. He sees I'm having a great time. He comes over and we start playing. So this little black boy and this little white kid playing together, having a blast. Father comes out, walks down the steps, comes over, picks Paul up, walks back to the house, and I hear him say, "Boy, you can't play with those people." So then I'm like, "What the hell?" So I go inside and I ask my mom. I was like, "What did I do wrong?" I thought it was something I did or said. It's like, no, it's just some people are like that.
Mm.
And then of course, me being 6 years old, I'm like, why? And
I
she was,
know.
she was trying to explain it to me, and it was just like, wow, it's like, so there's really people that act that way toward other races. She said, unfortunately, yeah. And
Mhm.
I was just like, wow. So,
I had a black friend when I was growing up too. His name was Jesse, and he
mhm,
ended up being a Brockton cop, and he's now retired. And we were good friends, and it didn't matter what his color was. And when people said something to him, I said, I told him, get away from us. We're friends, and that's it. I don't care what you're saying. You can get lost. You know,
right,
I told him straight out. I said, if you don't like it, then don't look at us. I don't care. It
right,
didn't matter to me what he was, and I didn't matter to him what I was. If I was white or he was black, it didn't matter.
right,
I told him out. I said, if you don't like what you see, I was that kind of kid. I said, if you don't like what you see, go the other way and walk on.
yeah,
That's it. That's what I was.
yeah, yeah. And see, like my best friend, you see him on my show all the time, Pook Ninja. Me and him been friends for over 35 years. I mean,
Hmm.
in real life. I mean, like we basically grew up together. He's my best friend, and I mean,
Yeah,
he's white as the day is long, but
yeah.
he's my best friend. I mean, his mom calls me, son. You know, uh, dad calls me son. I call his mom, and I call his dad. And because they never looked at me as, oh, it's that black guy that we know.
Let
No,
me
it's
tell
just,
you another story. You ever heard of a guy named Marvin Hagler?
yep,
I grew up
boxer.
with that guy. I grew
Really?
up with him. I did.
Nice.
And I was living in the
Nice.
same neighborhood with him. And he had a nickname that no one knew about only if you knew him.
Mm-hmm.
The nickname was Short Stuff, they used to call him. He was short.
Mm-hmm.
And no one knew that, only the people that really knew him. And he was a good boxer, a good
Mm-hmm.
fighter.
Yep.
And he wanted to teach us how to box, but we didn't want to get our faces marked up. We know the
Right.
boxers are pretty tough. And I
Mm.
said, no, thank you. I turned it down because I said, I don't want to get involved in doing that in the ring. I'm not interested, but thanks anyway. You know, I knew his half brother Robbie too. I don't know where he is today, but I knew him. We talked a lot too when we were growing up. So we had a good friendship with him too. We lived in the same neighborhood. He was the protector of everybody in the neighborhood. He
Yeah.
was the guy that stood up for you. It doesn't matter if you're white or black. He'll stand up for you and tell people, get away from my friend, or you're gonna have to answer to me. He'll tell you that straight out. You know, because we were living in the neighborhood. We had friends like that, and he was the one that didn't like anybody picking on anybody that he was friends with. He
Yeah.
mattered if you color white or black. It didn't matter to him. That's how kind of guy he was. You know,
Yeah.
he was not like that at all. He liked everybody.
That's what's
You know?
up. That's what's up. TM Bushcrafter, he says, bad thing is now much of the world it isn't just racism, it's classism, and that's very true. I mean, racism just doesn't apply to race. It's actual, how much money you make, where you
Oh,
live at,
but
what
that's not going to help you anything. That's not
right,
going to help you.
right.
I mean,
It's all stupid. I mean, if you really look at it, how much energy do you spend being mad at one particular race that didn't even probably
oh,
do anything to you? That's really dumb.
yeah, it is dumb. Very
But
dumb.
hey, people can think how they want to think. I mean,
And they die
you,
like that. You know, a lot of people die
oh
like that.
yeah, oh yeah,
And they burn up, and they're never happy. But when you die and you're on your last breath, there's some who get a thought before it's too late, and they say, "I shouldn't have been that way," and it's too late.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I always thought being a boxer would be kind of fun, but I'm the type of person that if I'm in a box, we're gonna stand toe to toe. It's not gonna be this dancing around the ring. We're just gonna start slugging each other until one of us falls down and can't get back up. That's just me.
Oh my goodness, you trying to beat the crap out of each other, like literally. Oh, Judy May is back.
Oh,
She said that she got a roast beef sandwich and some barbecue Lay's potato chips.
you made her hungry, Tasha.
Now I'm jealous because and I don't have any.
Oh, because I gotta get those Twizzlers for you and send them to you.
I know I don't. I've been having withdrawal, Wayne.
I'll get you some. Don't worry. I'll send you two of them, two packages of all the chocolate ones, and you'll enjoy them. I ain't forgetting you. Don't worry. I'll send them to you. I know you're. I'll send them to you. They're good stuff. You should try them. They're and you try them sometime. The chocolate Twizzlers. They're awesome.
Bro, I'm fat. Believe me, I've tried them. I love my chocolate. Well, they got to be fresh though, because like if they've been sitting around for a while,
No,
they
they're fresh. Believe me,
okay.
they're
Because
good.
yeah. Because if they sit around, they taste like ugh, it's nasty. But
Don't ever
yeah,
get sugar-free Twizzlers because those are absolutely disgusting.
which one's Tasha?
The sugar-free
Oh
Twizzlers,
yeah, that no, never. That's
they
blasphemy against the licorice
it's
right there.
it's like it's almost like eating a stale potato chip that's been like
Oh, that's
sitting in the car for a month. It just they
can't talk
crumble
too much. Dirty
and
chew.
tastes like plastic.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely nasty.
See, I could go for that too. I don't have any cheese either. I could have a butter sandwich, or I could just have a grilled butter sandwich, I
Yeah,
guess.
Tasha, you ever try those mustard pretzels? You ever try those?
I have. That's one of Jamie's favorite things to eat. Now I'll eat them if I want a snack. But as to far as me going out and buying them for myself, no.
Honey mustard and onion.
I
Jamie likes
enjoy.
the honey mustard and onion ones.
I like the mustard pretzels. They're really good.
I like the plain pretzels, and I'll dip. I don't even mind dipping them in mustard, but it's got to be like either horseradish mustard or the Chinese the spicy mustard, like what they have at the
Oh,
buffet.
yeah, I
Yeah,
know
I
what
like
you're talking about.
that
That's
mustard.
spicy stuff, though. That's
Hmm.
really. You better be by yourself and eat that stuff. You know what I mean?
No, it didn't bother me.
Stay away from Shane. You eat that, all right? You might knock him out.
Judy May, when we're talking about food,
I ain't
because I'm
saying
not
that.
cooking anything at 1:15 and then going to bed because I have to get up at 8. My stomach's already saying, hello, I'm hungry. Well, you know what? It's after midnight, so you're not getting nothing to eat.
Miss Judy May says, Bob, I love potato salad. Next weekend Saturday, I'll be making a big batch of homemade potato salad, pulled pork barbecue sandwiches,
I tell you what
and
store that
corn on
makes
the
some good
cob.
stuff. That Aldi store makes some potato salad as a knockout. It
Mm,
has kick to it. I like that. I like that stuff. They sell it, but it has a kick to it. Good.
mm,
I also
Has a
like
crunch.
the canned German potato salad from Aldi.
mm.
Mm.
That's the only brand I'll eat. Is from Aldi. Like I've tried Walmart and other store brands. Um, Let me see if he's posted anything. As far as I know, yes. I have not seen anything else posted. Typically he does, yeah, so tomorrow will be 125. Because that's the day his internet went out when he was supposed to do that.
Mm.
As
Uh-oh.
far as I know, Elliot, um, he's gonna be doing it. And I mean, just check his community page. But most time he don't post anything until 9 or a little after 9.
Mm.
And I got to get on my mom's butt because we have some beef brisket that I
Mm.
want her to brine so we can make homemade corned beef.
I hate you.
Hey,
Miss
making him hungry.
Miss Judy May says, need to smoke some pork from my owner to make pulled pork sandwiches. You know what? Quit talking about pulled pork sandwiches. You know,
Hey, getting him
Well, if
hungry.
we're going to talk about them, if you're going to make a pulled pork sandwich, you got to have some coleslaw on top of it, a little onion in there.
Here goes gonna make the ninja hungry now. He'll be going eating something. Go eat something. He's hungry.
right? Gonna get like anything that's not nailed down, be like, "Arr, arr, arr."
And the first time I went to Hickory, North Carolina, the fair, and I ordered a hamburger, right? And like I just wanted a regular hamburger. So I took a bite and I'm like, what in the hell is on this thing? It's coleslaw. Never had a hamburger with coleslaw on it.
Hmm.
And then I had told them I want plain hamburgers with nothing on them. Well, they still put the coleslaw on it. And my kids, they just wanted like a hamburger, a bun, and a little ketchup, and that's it. So then I had to go back and order more. But that threw me off because up here, if you go to something like that, that's not something that's typically put on. Oh, now Bob's talking about frickin' lasagna.
And look, you know what, Brutal
Oh,
Bob, Brutal Bob,
word.
Brutal Bob. Look, bro, we cool and everything, but man, quit. Uh,
He's
mm,
gonna make him hungry.
mm.
Eat something in the middle of the night before he goes to sleep. That's what's gonna happen to him now.
And throw in there, I made some homemade stewed tomatoes and some homemade salsa, and it smells so good in the house. And that's one thing. If if I'm cooking spaghetti or sauce and I let it cook all day in the crock pot, my mom does the same thing. I can't sleep with that smell. Anything tomato sauce, I cannot sleep with that smell anywhere. It was good, Jeffrey. It was. Now I'll eat pulled pork, but it's not.
We're hungry too.
Pork's not one of my favorites anymore because I don't know. I get wicked stomach pain when I eat pork, so
Hey Tasha, you're
I
getting
try not.
Jeffrey Allen hungry now. He says, Tasha, that sounds yummy. He's getting him hungry too.
I know. Well, we got
Oh,
lasagna,
shit.
pulled pork. We might as well have like a big picnic, and we all bring something: lasagna and potato salad and pulled pork. And I got beef, so I can bring that.
Now, getting tired?
Dude, I've been tired since about like 10 o'clock. But we having so much fun and a good
You're gonna go
conversation.
eat something before you go to bed, man. I can tell you, you're getting hungry. You can tell by looking at
Oh
you.
yeah,
You're gonna crunch on something.
hey, hey, don't call me fat ninja for nothing, bro. Oh man. Judy May says, "Does anybody have plans for a Labor Day weekend?" I know
No,
I do. I
I,
do. We our other next door neighbors. We actually been knowing them for 6 years, and the husband he is a great barbecuer. So we're gonna get some steaks. We're gonna do it up. Some steaks, some potato salad, and coleslaw, which neither one of those I even eat. But they're gonna be there. Gonna be some corn on the cob. Yeah, we gonna do it up. We gonna do it up. So I can't, my belly can't wait for that.
Two things that I will eat literally until it makes me sick. One's watermelon, and the other's corn on the cob. I'll sit there and eat a dozen ears myself.
I
That
can't
I
eat
just
corn.
love corn on the cob and watermelon. I'll sit there
Yeah,
and eat a gallon-sized water bag of watermelon. Then my stomach hurts. Then after that goes away, then I want more watermelon.
yeah, and I love AR guns. I love watermelon. I do too. Not because I'm black. I just like watermelon. Don't get it twisted, people. But no, no, with watermelon, I love it, but I can't eat it the way that I used to because I am a type 2 diabetic.
Oh, I
So
didn't know that.
that's just bad stuff for me. So I got to eat like maybe 10 average size pieces, and then I got to okay, push it away from the table like no, I can't have no more, but it's like it's right there. So, I shed a tear and then I have to move on, but I end up going back to it soon after, so I might as well just sit my fat ass there and just eat it anyway, and just deal with the consequences. Yeah, yeah. Oh my goodness, watermelon. That's watermelon and pineapple. That is my two main weaknesses of fruit.
My friend Waylon Myers told me to put watermelon, not watermelon, honey and pineapple on in the dough when you make the pizza. I
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
try that.
yeah. You were saying that the other day on your channel. I was like, wow, that's crazy.
I want to try it. I because it brings the pizza dough, it makes it taste better. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? I
Yeah,
want to try it. He told me he has a secret recipe, but he shared me with that idea. And I said I'll try that and see what it comes out like, see what it tastes like. It's something new
I'm
to me.
sorry, but pineapple doesn't belong in pizza.
But he said try it with honey and pineapple juice, not pineapple itself, but the little
Mm,
juice.
Oh, in the dough, you mean?
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that probably. I've tried Hawaiian pizza. I'm just not a person that can do like sweet and savory together.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
He tells you to put a little in the dough when you make it. It'll taste, it'll have a taste to it.
Judy, Miss Judy. If I turn my camera off and speak, then you can say, okay, he's white probably. But unfortunately, I got a really good tan. That's why a lot of white people hate me because my tan is better than those. So, yeah, yes, I am black. Unfortunately, I speak very white because I'm not ghetto like the stereotypical black man. So I apologize if I racially confuse you, Miss Judy. Oh shit. Oh man, I'm terrible. I'm terrible. Hey, if you don't make fun of yourself, somebody else will. So you might as well
But,
just go ahead and beat them to the punch.
but I won't make a pineapple pizza. I don't mind pineapple, but I wanted to find out what I can put in my dough to make it taste better. He said put a little honey in it and a little pineapple juice in it. Not pineapple for the dough, just the
Right.
juice and the honey and put it in the dough when you mix it. I want to
Cool.
try it, see what it comes out like. So
Cool.
You
I
know,
make
Amazing.
that's
one.
where
I'll
I
find a way
wish
to.
I would have been in the mafia times.
Mm.
But they would have had to make me a hit woman and not a hit man.
Yep. I made AR guns laugh. Ha ha. Two people laughed. Ha ha. I'm on a roll. Not a salad roll, but I'm on a roll.
I'll make another live stream of it too when I make the pizza like that, and we'll find out how it tastes and stuff. I made a video before of it a while back. I'll do it again and make another video on a live stream of it and see how it comes out.
Turtle Bob, seriously? I mean, just because it has a hole in the center of it doesn't necessarily mean target.
Oh my!
Mom killed me one time because she used to make hams with the clove and the Marciano cherry stuff on top of it. And the one night she sliced, I wasn't paying attention. I sliced my ham up, took a bite of it, and didn't I get a whole clove? And I'm like, Mom, you got to stop putting cloves in there because they do not taste good when we bite into them.
Oh, Judy May's dying. Oh, okay. She says, "Quit making me laugh. I'm gonna choke on my roast beef and water." I'm sorry. I'm not trying to kill you. I'm not trying to kill you.
I hate pineapple.
And then she says, "I'm colorblind."
I hate pineapple. Brutal Bob said he don't like it.
You had to put it all in caps.
I hate pineapple. Very, very angry, Brutal Bob. Very
Well,
angry.
then I guess you couldn't be SpongeBob because he lives in a pineapple under the sea.
SpongeBob. Uh,
I still love SpongeBob now. I'll
I've
scroll through
always,
Roku to see if I can find SpongeBob or Fairly Odd Parents or something.
I've always hated SpongeBob because I had a niece and nephew that both loved it. So, like when the niece was asleep, the nephew was awake watching SpongeBob. He would fall asleep. She'd wake up. I'm like, "Hey, what do you want to watch?" SpongeBob. I'm like, "Damn." So, so it kept SpongeBob on like at least 6, 7 hours a day, and I was like, "Okay, y'all gotta finally go to bed." I turned the whole TV off. I was like, you know what? I'd rather sit in the pure darkness and silence than have anything to do with the TV on right now.
Yeah, I love it. I don't like the new SpongeBob.
You know what drove me crazy now when my nephew was small, my brother's son,
Mhm.
he had this Bonnie thing and it drove me up the wall. It was a hi, I'm Bonnie. Da, 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 da. I wanted to kill that thing. That thing, I wanted to strangle it. It wouldn't
You're
shut up.
talking about Barney the purple dinosaur, the whole
Oh,
I love you, you love me.
oh my God, that thing drove me. I wanted to choke it to death. Oh my God, that thing drove me up the wall. You
Oh
shut up.
man.
I said, be quiet, you dumbhead. I said, stop it, quiet. I wanted to
My
pull
Yeah.
the
kids had like
with a
three of
barrel.
those.
What?
My kids had three of those, the
Oh,
Barneys.
Oh
Terry,
my goodness.
rip the
Oh
wires
my
on.
goodness.
God, that drove me nuts.
Oh man. Yeah, yeah. I had two nephews that loved Bernie. They had a VHS tape. Yeah, that's how old I am. Totally dating myself now. They played that damn tape so much it just quit working one day. It snapped off. It snapped off the reel and it got caught up all in the VCR. I had to take the top of the VCR off and get all the innards of the videotape out. Yeah, yeah, it was horrible. I mean, oh my goodness, I hate it. I hated that. Hated it.
I brought my kids up on Sesame Street. That was the first, like, when they started watching, TV and stuff. And I had gotten my son the 25th anniversary tape, and he
Nice.
would sit there and watch that all day long. Well, one day it snapped.
Uh oh. World War III
He's
happened.
screaming. He's over there yelling. I said, "Mama, fix it. Mama, fix it." So I carefully took the VHS tape apart, taped the ribbons back together, so there's just a couple of a second glitch in there. None of us all happy, but I had to tape together so many Sesame Street and Blue's Clues and Bear in the Big Blue House tapes. I was glad when they came out with DVDs because I was really tired of taping VHS tape.
Well, I can tell you this,
Right.
Tasha. You know what they got out right now? They got a machine. I own it. That you can put a film on DVD. So you don't have to buy it. If you've got a tape like around, you want something on DVD, and it's not array protected, you can copy it on a disc and keep it for yourself and watch it.
Mm-hmm. Hey, now I love saltines because when I'm sick, especially nauseated, saltines are the only thing that I can eat. That's it. Saltines and broth. Meow. Go to bed. All right.
Meow. No, the cat probably saying, "Mama, you need to go to bed."
No, I'll be doing this, and then I'm gonna lay down, not even for 5 minutes, and I'm gonna have to grab the water bottle because they will be over there harassing Baby Mouse. And the one night they peeved me off so bad I threw my water bottle across the room. Then I'm like, crap, now I gotta get up and go get it. Well, it's either the water bottle or Remy's Big Bone. So I figured the water bottle was a little bit safer to throw because my luck had gone through the window on the door. Oh, you're back?
Cat. That cat's small too. That thing's a teeny thing.
Well, she's only 2, but her mom. Oh, there she's. Can you like test out some more? Want some catnip?
Oh my gosh, catnip.
Meow, meow, meow.
I'll
See
put it
you.
on the floor, and the 3 of them will just go nuts. But
I see hallucinations. Meow.
it's so funny how you watch their eyes and they just get big. The pupils get bigger and bigger and bigger till there's like almost no color in their eye. Are you okay with the baby? Meow.
Pretty soon when we get off here, it's getting late for me to be up this late. So
Yeah, I know.
I'll do it.
We're at a little over 3
Right.
hours, so I probably am too.
Yeah.
Take care of Tasha and you and Fat Ninja. I'll see you both again.
Thanks
Bye,
for being
everybody.
here.
Tomorrow, good night, Wayne.
Yeah, good night.
Yep, I'm about to get me a bowl of cereal because yeah, I'm hungry. Thanks to the chat, fuckers. I'm gonna give me some cereal. I'm gonna become a serial killer. Ba-doom. Thank you, Tasha, for having me on, and thank you, chat, for thank you, chat, for making this an awesome experience as always. So I'm Fat Ninja, and I'm out.
Catch you later.
All right.
All right, guys, I'm gonna hop off and go to bed. I had to get up at 8 to go to the urologist tomorrow. Well, I can imagine if you shot it with that Bob that you're not gonna find a piece of it. It'd be almost like shooting it with a grenade launcher. Of course, that's probably close enough to one. All right, good night, everybody. I will catch you guys tomorrow. And once again, yes, I will be live at 9:30 because that's what we do. Judy May, I would love peanut butter toast, but I'm not ready for a pine box yet. Even though I seriously want to buy a box of Reese's Fast Breaks and eat the whole thing. But I will catch you guys tomorrow. Good night and God bless.
Hey guys, Great Farmer Freelance.
which
And for
I won't know what it
Mother's
showed,
Day,
if
guys.
anything, until
And we are going to be Great Farmer
go
Grill.
back to the cardiologist.
Okay guys, we're
I'm kind of hoping,
hey guys, Great Farmer Freelance.
which
And for
I won't know what it
Mother's
showed,
Day,
if
guys.
anything, until
And we are going to be Great Farmer
go
Grill.
back to the cardiologist. The
Us getting this
she
one
wasn't
today,
home,
as you
so
see,
she
the smell
passed
is
away.
gone.
So now we only have 3.